Yo, yo, yeah. Buckeye Steppas, episode 32. We on Facebook with it tonight, man. You know what I mean? But the episode will definitely be uploaded to CamJNetwork YouTube channel immediately after we're done tonight, for sure. So make sure y'all subscribe to CamJNetwork on YouTube, man. All of the Buckeye Steppas podcast, all of our content is on CamJNetwork YouTube channel. So, y'all mean, make sure y'all stay tapped in with us, y'all mean, for sure, man. But tonight, we got a crazy show for y'all tonight. It's gonna get crazy tonight, man. We got some crazy topics, man. Waiting for the fellas to get in here. You know what I mean? We gonna get it cracking tonight. College football, the Buckeyes, the national champions. What the guys? Let me see something, fellas. Alrighty, let me do that. Add. Here we go. One. There we go. Okay. Can you see?
No.
Ah!
Now my head.
We be back in StreamYard next week.
Co. What up, y'all?
What's good?
What up? This one was a little different. It didn't have that little button that we can press to request. You know what I'm saying? You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it didn't have, like, normally before we turn on Facebook, it would have that little button to request. I didn't see that. There was some weird.
I can't see it on my end because all I did was just tag y'all on there.
Oh yeah, something down here.
Yeah, T-Man will be in here in a little bit. He should be close to home. So, but
Okay.
Buckeye, Steppas, we back. Facebook, y'all better love us tonight because we got a crazy show tonight. It's gonna get a little wicked tonight. I ain't gonna lie. We got some topics that's gonna be fire tonight, man. And I guess I'll wait for T-Mac to come in, but we can start with the first topic. You know what I mean? And I definitely want to get T-Mac because I know he probably gonna go on a tangent on the first topic that we got for tonight. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and get to it, man. The first topic of the night. And by the way, this man Tony is insane, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I'm like, this nigga's arguing. He's arguing in the group by himself, but that's a whole nother story. All right, so Jim Knowles, man, former Ohio State Buckeyes defensive coordinator, current Penn State defensive coordinator. He had an interview on ESPN the other day, man, where he was talking. They asked him about, what happened with him with Ohio State and everything, and apparently this guy off the chain. He's a real clown. This man was asking for a contract extension during the playoffs. Listen to this. Jim Knowles is asking for a contract extension while we're in the playoffs trying to win a damn national championship. And one thing about it, the man just got a contract this past year, which is so wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
And just to add to that, but this man asking for a contract extension while we in the playoffs, and then a day later he hits up Penn State and talks to James Franklin, and then he gets mad. He gets mad at Ohio State for not inviting him to the The Ohio State the parade after they had when they came back from winning the Natty.
He
So
got mad. They
like
didn't
he
invite him to
gets
the
mad.
parade.
Yeah, yeah, but they found out about you, stupid. You was already contacting Penn State trying to get a job over there. Why
Right.
is we gonna try to extend you? For one, we just extended you last year. Then for two, you you won't have the decency to wait till after we win the Natty, so then we can talk business. We trying to handle business right now. Let's handle business first, then we can talk, financial business after. At least
Uh,
have some consideration. You don't even have no consideration. This dumbass pretty much just said, "Fuck Ohio State. Y'all don't want to give me no bag while we on the way to the Natty, and I'm trying to help our defense win this Natty." All right, I'm calling James Franklin up. Hey, James Franklin. Hey, I don't think Ohio State gonna offer me a contract extension. Can I come on? Oh, you give me two. You give me 2+ million. Oh, I'm there.
You know what it
now,
And
sounds
that's
like?
what we got.
Oh, high school girl. You know what I mean? One you was really into, you get one little argument, and then she called a homie or whatever. Like that's crazy, dog. Like you in a whole ass
honestly,
acting like that.
honestly, the asking for the contract extension doesn't really bother me, if I'm being honest. Right. It really don't really bother me because we've seen it happen where coaches get extended, you know what I'm saying, mid-season. It's happened before. That's not uncommon for a coach to get a contract extension during the middle of a season or a playoff run. But what upsets me is the fact that during the playoff run, you was contacting the ops. Like you could have waited until after the season to contact the ops. You know what I'm saying? Like
Stay still
because you might
playing.
have got one before the Natty game if you was ongoing negotiations. Unless they just flat out told you, like, nah, nigga, we ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Get back to your coach. You know, we need to beat Texas this week. If that's how they came at him, you know what I mean? They came at him with some response on some disrespectful stuff. If he felt disrespected, then, it is what it is. But he gonna learn. He gonna learn not and not too long, from now that
But
there's levels to this shit. You
see,
know what I mean? Now, what I'm interested in is the chess match that we're going to be into with them. You know what I mean? Of course, Jim knows going to think he know the offense, the play personnel. I'm interested to seeing what wrinkles that we're going to throw in against Penn State. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking forward to because I do want to beat
Facts.
their ass real bad. But I also, we talk about Ryan Day and these in-game adjustments all the time. You know, so that's gonna be a highlight game for me as far as how he goes about that game. Is he gonna let emotion get into the whole Jim Nose thing? Get into his play calling? I want to look at that too. You know what I mean? I
Facts.
just so
wait, Alaire gets shut down by our defense, and then they scored 13 points or less. I can't wait for that. 'Cause you
I want to
gonna
put up
score.
60 on them.
We playing a different offense too, because we kind of got a thrower like a thrower than a better thrower. Uh, so, yeah, we probably put 40 on them because our coaching staff is gonna be extra with that game. We put 55 on them.
I want
But I know
60. See, I want to hang a 60 on them. Just cause. Like it's just stupid, bro. I'm just saying in general, bro. Like you gotta have some type of decency, bro, for the fact that we on the championship run, bro.
yeah.
We on the championship run. You know what
And
I
you
mean?
also got, but think about this too though, Cam. I mean, we went like what 10 straight games without giving up a pass TD. You know what I mean? Like something like that. So it's not like he was asking for an extension and it wasn't deserved.
that.
You know what I mean?
It ain't about asking about. It ain't about the extension. It's about more so the fact that you just got one last year, and then so you asking for another one while we're in the playoff run. You could at least have the DC to wait after. then we can take care of business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have the decency, have some logical common sense in this shit. To where you like, hey, all right, hey, Ryan, I'm gonna wait till after we win this, daddy. Holla at me. We'll talk business after that.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's that. I think it's the fact that he didn't get the answer he wanted, and the very next day he on the horn talking to the ops.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the
Yeah.
man
Facts.
That's
that
bad.
gets me. Like, then, like you were saying, like you can wait till after the chip to like come back, you know, and but come back to it and discuss it. Then you wait 6 hours, 8 hours, and then call somebody. It's crazy, dog.
Yeah.
That's that shit you talk about, man. Like damn, you overreacting like super emotionally, and then you go to the ops, and then you go to do the same position. You don't even upgrade. Like you just kind of lost all credibility with us. Like you gonna be erased, never talked about with this national championship, even though you was a coordinator.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
False.
Facts,
Yeah.
bro.
I
Like, bro, like you talked to the ops right there. Then you went right there. How you expect to get invited to the parade, bro? We know you calling the ops.
Right. Right.
Like, why would you expect to get invited to the parade?
We don't want nothing to do with you.
Like, this
That's nasty.
dude, he's a whole clown, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad we got Matt Patricia in here now, man. I'm glad we got that motherfucking weak clown out of here now, bro. Because he ain't had good intentions the whole time, for real, bro. I mean, he did, like, hey, now I will say this. Salute to Jim Knowles, helping us get the natty, building the defense over the last 3 years. Salute to him. But at the same time, he a whole clown.
A whole
Pure
clown.
clown.
Yeah.
Pure clown, man.
Yeah.
So we can go ahead and get to the next topic then. All right, man. Damn, where the fuck is Team at? Okay. Matter of fact, I'll go into something else. Then we double back. All right, so we're going to the Joe Class post spring top 25, bro. Like, nasty work to me a little bit, man, with some of this, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, in my opinion. Yeah, Joe Cladd, he put out a post spring top 25 recently. He had Penn State at number one. He had Texas at two, Ohio State at three, Oregon at four, Clemson at five, Notre Dame at six, LSU at seven,
Nice.
Georgia eight, Alabama nine, Illinois at 10. And I'm gonna just read out the top 15, by the way. South Carolina at 11, the Bums up north at 12, Florida at 13, BYU at 14, Arizona State at 15. Miami's at 18, just to add just context to some of the other guys. Iowa's at 23. Indiana's at 21. Ole Miss is at 20. So what y'all think about this Joe Klatz post spring top 25?
Go ahead, Jay.
Over Texas and Ohio State is crazy to me. I think Texas and Ohio State plays twice this year. But one is the reigning national champions. Yeah, we lost a lot in the draft, but everybody knows the recruiting classes we didn't that had the last in the foreseeable future. Um, I think he forgot who LSU's head coach was, so they're definitely not going to be in the top 10 at the end. I think Notre Dame's too low. I think Penn State's too high. I think Clemson's too high. But
Yeah, I agree.
I think Clemson's way too high, honestly. Yeah, other than that, like, I don't really have. I love Illinois being in the 10. I think they're going to get another 10-win season. I think they'll finish with a better record than Penn State. Um, well, I mean, but we got to be happy with 3 out of the top 4 being in the Big Ten.
Facts.
Those were the Big Ten's and where we are and where it's going to be for the foreseeable future. But Clett's connected to that, bro. He trying to get his. He trying to get people to talk about him, and it's working.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
I know.
is that again?
you hold on. So you think it's a shock value rankings?
I think all the rankings right now are that because you know what I mean. We're still so far away from the season,
Facts.
but
We might
you
have to do
got to
our we
throw,
might have to do our own top 25 preseason rank.
especially right now. If I got to throw something out
And
there,
this year we're gonna even add some spice to it. We do our own top 25 preseason rankings, and then week by week we do our top 15 week by week this year.
go 10.
Okay.
I think top 15 is reasonable. 15.
Yo, where was Clemson at on his thing again?
Clemson is he got Clemson at 5.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
he think
Clemson's too.
K Klubnik gonna do his thing. They think, you know what I mean?
Mm.
No Colorado in the top 25.
Mm. Did they finish in the top 25?
Yeah, yeah, in the season, yeah. Um, I mean, me personally, I ain't gonna lie. I'm surprised that Illinois is at 10. Just me personally. Um, I mean, I'm surprised that Clatter's very high on Illinois. Like him having Illinois at 10, that means he's very high on Illinois this year.
Yeah.
So that kind of give me like they had a good season last year. You know what I mean? And look, we're gonna talk about their schedule. We're gonna give our schedule prediction for Illinois tonight. Looking at their schedule looks very manageable for them. You know what I mean? For sure. You know what I'm saying? So Penn State at 1 though, bro. The only reason why he got Penn State at 1 is because of the guys they got returning. That's the only reason why. You know what I mean? Like,
High on a layer. That's why.
Who, that quarterback?
yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
he trash.
Drew Eller. Like, come on, man. Like this, like Penn State, we know what's gonna happen to them boys, man. We know them boys gonna fall off like bad dope at the end of the year, man. We already know what's up with them. I mean, Texas and Ohio State, like I feel like you know what I'm saying? It could be either one or two. I think Ohio State should be the one just because of the national championship. But I mean, I don't really care. Me personally, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care about some of these guys' rankings half the time, but I like to talk about it just to kind of get like read between the lines on how they look at it, and then we come up here and we give our takes on it. You know what I mean? But
Facts.
this rankings like Oregon, like we got four Big Ten teams in the top 10, like Jay Crush said. Michigan at 12. No, I mean you want to keep it a buck. That's five. That's six. That's six Big Ten teams in the top 25 in Joe Class ranking.
Let me ask a question. Do you think the bums up north finish 12th or better?
No, no,
No. I only see
no,
him in the top 25.
bro.
That's a reach. Even like we're going off of last year. Yeah, they got the freshman quarterback, but I mean, come on, it's still a freshman quarterback. It's a different kind of speed, especially when you start playing big teams. Like there's no way they had that, and what they lost too. They're not bringing in what they were bringing in before, and the sanctions and everything else we're gonna talk about later. Like that hurt my soul. Colorado not being in it, you mentioned that. That was something else I wanted to talk about, which I thought was crazy. And then
Yeah.
Notre Dame behind Clemson, I thought was insane. And Clemson beat.
Yeah, I would have put Notre Dame ahead of Clemson for sure, bro. For sure.
I
Like
got
I know Clemson got some guys returning and stuff like that, but it's just they didn't I'm not sold on Clemson. I'm not sold on Clemson.
I'm not sold on Illinois either, though. Illinois is way too high for me. I feel like they're
I,
middle of the pack team. I'm 15 to 20 range.
that,
That's
I'm,
where
That's
they
not.
at.
I'm with you on that. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I think 10 is a little bit crazy, but I mean, them being in the top 20, I'm cool with that. Like, top, 15, 20, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they had them between 20 and 25, I wouldn't even be mad.
Being at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the year.
Hmm.
You're a two-loss team in the Big Ten. You,
So you got Illinois making the playoffs.
yeah,
You got to say that's one of them bold takes right there. That's one of them Buckeye bold takes right there for sure.
depends on how
Yeah.
the SEC and whatever, but I see them being ranked in the top 10, whether they get in or not. I think it's a bubble situation, and you probably get like a Arizona State or a Boise State again, or Utah or some, or not Utah because they're in the real one now, but you know what I'm saying. You get one of them guys, and then they get bumped out. But I think they're on a bubble. I think they're a 10-win team back to back years, back 10-win team. They won 10 games last year, and y'all talk about them like they bums. And they schedule's weak. It was weak last year. It's weak this year. They gonna have the wins. They can end the Big Ten. Big Ten getting a lot of pull.
I'm interested in it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I like Illinois though. Brett Bielema definitely coaching them boys up, and he's definitely recruiting pretty well up there. Illinois for sure too. He got a couple of Cincinnati guys up there.
This
You know what I'm saying as well. So I, what the fuck? Why he ain't say nothing?
What?
Hold on.
well,
He said he been trying to join the live. T-Mac said he been trying to join the live for 20 minutes. Comment. I'm sorry.
well, Joe.
I ain't say nothing.
Yeah. Other than that, though, like
He was
LSU,
trying to join the link.
Hold on, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna fill the time. Yeah, LSU finishing that high is gonna be crazy. They're gonna be a 3-loss team. I don't see.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about that quarterback play for LSU, man.
It's about their head coach, bro. He's
That
not gonna do
too.
it.
That
He's not gonna do it.
too.
Um, South Carolina, I'm really interested in. I think they'll be higher than 11 at the end of the year. They're going to be in the playoff.
You say Illinois schedule? I mean, we'll wait. I'm just looking at Illinois schedule. We'll wait till T Mac get on because I want to talk about Illinois schedule. As I'm looking at it right
There you go.
now.
There
Well,
you
let's
go.
one then.
All
We'll
right.
skip it up.
What
Waiting
up?
on
What
Hey,
up? What
that,
up?
we were just talking about Joe Class his post spring top 25
Let's see.
rankings, man. And shit, just speaking of Illinois, we might as well just go ahead and do the schedule predictions, man. Go ahead and get into that for real. Um, so let me go ahead and get it.
I
All
got
right, so Illinois 2025 schedule. The first game, they're at home against Western Illinois. Second game, at Duke. Third game, Western Michigan. Fourth game, at Indiana. Fifth game, at home against
You
USC.
gotta go.
Sixth game, at Purdue. Seventh game,
Push
Ohio State
props.
at home. Eighth game at Washington. Ninth game back at home against Rutgers. Then 10th game back at home against Maryland. Then their 11th game they're at Wisconsin. Then they're ending the season off at home against Northwestern.
at most, y'all got 4.
4 losses? You said 4 losses?
Yeah, at most, y'all got 4 losses if you're smart. I got
I
them.
got.
I
Go
got
ahead.
at like the first 3 obviously. Um, one of the two, Indiana versus USC. They're winning one, losing one. Losing against Ohio State, Washington.
Why do y'all think USC is so good, bro? What are y'all like? What have y'all watched them the last 3 seasons, or do we just think that they're magically 2000s USC again? Lincoln Riley ain't won a fucking goddamn 5-win season since fucking Caleb Williams left, and he lost 5 games that year. We're talking about a team that's nobody because of their history. This is not that. They're not losing to USC, and Indiana is not going to be what they were without Curtis Rourke. They're not losing to either of those. That's crazy that you think they're going to lose one of those games. That's crazy.
Game. You got to move.
Especially, I'll take Indiana if you think you're going to lose that one. But like USC, they're going to win 5 games, bro. They're not good. They're not good. They're not good.
They said.
They're not good. They ain't been good. They're not going to just magically be good, bro.
Okay. They've been
Hey,
better a few years.
that's a hot take right there.
Bro, I said it when we did their schedule. I don't think USC is that good, bro.
So
My bad.
that was the only
Keep going, Jay. My bad.
Ohio State and Indiana,
Loss.
and most of it's because of coming off of the Indiana game. That's going to be a big game for them. That's going to be like a rivalry game
It's at home. I don't know.
versus USC. Yeah, hey, it is what it is. It's my opinion, not yours, but I appreciate your thoughts. I think Wisconsin they beat pretty easily, and Washington is the only other hard one. I think they beat Washington too because I don't think Washington's that good. So I got them at 10-2. That's back-to-back 10-win seasons. I think that's enough to at least be on the bubble of the playoffs in the Big Ten.
You remember your bold? I got your bold take written down right now. Illinois in the playoffs. That's
Bro,
Jay
they
Crush
might be
Buckeye
one
Steppers
loss team. What are you?
bold take.
Bro, listen to me. Y'all are all smart people, and I agree with you, Jay Crutch. I agree with you for the most part. I I don't see a loss on their record outside of OSU, bro. This is a weak schedule versus a bunch of weak teams. If they walk out of the so-called back-to-back between Indiana USC undefeated, I think we go into Champaign playing a 6-0 USC or Illinois team. And then we upset them, and then they beat Washington, Rutgers, Maryland, Wisconsin, and Nebraska or Northwestern. We really could play these cats in the Big Ten. This is not a schedule that y'all should think a team that went 10-2 last year should be a mid-pack team. This is the type of schedule that this team is drooling over. They're at their fucking practices like, brother, they gave us the weakest schedule in the whole Big Ten. We only play Ohio State. We play 0 other good teams in the Big Ten. Indiana team coming off a lucky year without their starting quarterback and some dude that's never played like serious Big Ten football or big college football yet as their new quarterback. I, I, I don't see how y'all think that they could lose more than 2 games. I'll let Jay Crutch go with his Indiana USC thing. There's not a way any other team on this schedule beats these dudes. There's not a way.
Well,
There's
I
not
mean,
a way that you look at this schedule, even if you don't like Illinois, this schedule is
Cake.
that's bad, bro. That's bad.
well,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
say
cap.
this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say according on Rivals.com right here, it's Illinois' recruiting class is ranked 35th, and USC's is ranked 15th. Illinois has 0 5 stars on their roster, according
But
to
they
Rivals.com.
no. Since you want to do that research, do the research on how many players they lost from their 10-2 team last year, and now they play a way worse schedule,
I'm just,
like
I'm
a
just
significantly less,
hold on, but that's not the
schedule.
narrative. Let me finish. That's not the narrative. But the thing is, the game is played on the field. If we're just going off the recruiting class, we do the same thing. We just did the
Why
same
would
thing
we
for Ohio State.
just go up their
Watch, hold
recruiting
on,
class
bro.
for this
We just
year's
did the same thing
schedule,
for Ohio
TB?
State. We just did the same thing for Ohio State when we talked when we talked about Joe Claps way too early, and he was talking about all the players we've lost. He he has this rank where we're at because we've lost a lot of draft pick players, but we have a recruiting class that's coming up that's top notch. So if we're just talking about just USC and Illinois, just those 2 teams,
No,
just
no.
those 2 teams recruiting class and the players that they have. USC has more of the talented players that's higher ranked coming out of high school on their team. So it's not above reproach to say like, hey, that's just a shoe-in win for
I,
Illinois, like you're trying to make
I,
it seem. And it's not a
I,
shoe-in
I,
win.
that's not what I'm making it seem. What I'm saying to you is Ohio State just had 17 people go to the NFL. So using their recruiting class as the replace placements makes sense. Illinois had 0 people get drafted, I think. They didn't have anybody leave off of a 10-2 team. Their recruiting class doesn't really matter, bro. Their recruiting class isn't going to play this year because they have a bunch of guys that just went 10-2 against a way harder schedule.
We'll see.
I think the same thing for USC. USC didn't lose much, so they might be better. You're right, but their recruiting class is not in comparison to a team that just lost 17 players as far as the conversation.
USC has some talented players. That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
disagree.
And Illinois,
I don't disagree.
and Illinois is not on the level. They're middle of the pack team. They're not a top 10 team. I got Illinois losing to Indiana and USC.
Ooh.
I got them losing 3 out of the 4. They're losing to Indiana. They're losing to USC. They beating down Purdue. They're losing to Ohio State, and they're losing to Washington.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why Illinois is
listen,
hold on. I'm gonna tell you the reason why people are high on them is because they got 16 players returning from last year on their team. So that's the reason why they're high on them. Like they have the most returning players in the Big Ten for this upcoming year.
Look at their schedule last year.
Penn State right behind them, and then Michigan 3 behind them. So I mean that's the reason why why Joe Cladd and a lot of people's being high on Illinois because they got majority of their players coming back from last year.
Know each other. That's Bill too. So like he getting them boys ready too.
Yeah, Bill was a hell of a coach.
See how they are. Now we're gonna see how they are. Now that the country knows that they good. Now they ain't gonna
There's a point. There's a point I'll take. I'll take that point from you because it's a lot different when you're a nobody winning games versus when people are looking at you in the top 10.
Right.
That is a point that you've made that I will accept. The other one, I was like, what the fuck? But that one, that was real. That was a real statement. Playing when the pressure's there to be a top 10 team is a totally different situation than just being regular Illinois, and we won 10 games. Everyone's mind blown. You know what I'm saying? So I would agree with that point. Are they built for that type of game atmosphere? Are they built for that? Are they ready for that? That's a solid point, bro.
A top 10 team has expectations.
No, absolutely. That's a solid point. They've never had those expectations. I'm gonna compare it to my starting quarterback in the NFL. Dak Prescott had them boys at Mississippi State #1 in the nation. They weren't built for that type of atmosphere and got smoked by a team they shouldn't have lost to. This is a real point why you're shaking your head. No, I'm just saying teams that ain't used to being there getting big games like this and don't know what they're doing. That's a real statement.
No, I agree with you. I don't know who you talking about. Me shaking my head?
No, I saw Crutch. He heard me talk about one of my quarterbacks, and he got to shaking his fucking head.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I say for as far as Illinois, as far as this year, they got this schedule that I ain't gonna lie, it's very favorable for them, man. I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I think the USC game could be competitive for them. They ain't no easy layup game for Illinois.
I'm not saying they're just gonna beat their ass. I just don't think they're gonna lose.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think that's a 50-50 game in my opinion because USC, Lincoln Riley, he is a good coach. Now, is he elite? I don't think he was elite.
Who's his quarterback?
He was at one point. You know what I'm saying?
He had elite.
But I mean, that game is at home, so I would favor Illinois in that game. You know what I mean? Because it's a home game for them.
It's their homecoming game too.
Look at Ohio State. That's an L. I mean, literally, the game that I can see slipping up is maybe like Washington or Wisconsin. Those are the only 2 games I can see like maybe a slip up between those 2 games at Washington or at Wisconsin.
Madison's definitely not an easy place to play, especially with some shit on the line at the end of the year.
And they ended the year out against Northwestern. They got Northwestern to end the year out. That's their rival game. They should win that though.
It'll be a tough one.
But it's a weird place to play at Northwestern. We all know that.
It's in Champaign.
Let's go.
It's at home. Yeah, it is home. Yeah, that's a home game for them. So I mean, me personally, I say they're good. 10-2. 10-2,
11-1.
9-3,
Bro, that's what their schedule presents. That's not per
10-2,
se.
9-3.
It's similar to Indiana last year. What they got shown in the playoffs when they made it at 11-1, they got spanked, dog, smoked. You know what I'm saying? They didn't look good at all. That ended up being a closer game near the end. Let's be honest,
I
but
got
that was.
them beat Indiana this
But
year for sure.
this is what I'm saying. It's going to be similar. Their schedule is so weak that they're going to come out of this with their only loss to Ohio State potentially. I'm not going to say it's for sure, but
Rutgers
the
got
schedule
a
setup, they have a favorable setup, bro.
So,
But they're going to get to them playoffs and they're not going to look like one of those other teams. And I will agree with that statement.
so you got Illinois in the playoffs too.
They don't have a schedule that's playing. Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was really a hot take. I think them
I,
being ranked in the top
this
10
now see
proves that
now
other
this.
people
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say
it's a hot
this.
take either.
I'm gonna say this, and we can kind of move on. We can move on. Now, one thing I'm gonna say this:
bro.
with they schedule being weak, not being with they schedule not being that strong, if they end up being 10-2, and we don't know, say it's a bunch of teams that's
7-2
around
don't
ten
make
and two.
it. They got to only lose to us. Period.
And if they in the Big Ten with 10-2, and you still got 3 teams in there, they're gonna be the 4th team in there. Because
I wouldn't hate that, but
It
I think
depends,
they have
bro.
to go 11
It
and 1.
depends. I ain't gonna
I think
lie.
they have to go 11 and 1 myself.
Because you looking at their schedule, you know the committee gonna be like, man, this schedule looking a little bit. They
But
lost 2
and
games. Oh,
but
we'll
it
put
also depends
Bama or
on if
somebody in before them.
Yeah, no, I
if you
don't hate
hold on.
that.
But if USC ends ranked and Washington ends, if we get more, if 2 of the teams that they play in the season ranked, that may help them. 10-2 may get them.
I
Their
respect
strength of
that. I
schedule
don't hate that.
may boost. If USC or anyone, matter of fact, they're already playing us, so that's a 1 ranked team. If
Hey,
USC,
somebody just said I really hate the Buckeyes.
who's that?
Gotta come here and rep my flag. Go blue.
Oh, speaking of them, let's go ahead and
Hey,
talk about
read
them.
my fucking
Let's
fingers.
go.
Fuck Michigan.
All
Fuck Michigan.
right, and even further, let's go ahead and talk about these bums. So, by the way,
wait,
We
yeah.
told
So,
you.
wait a
so
minute.
I've
the
been
bums
listening
up
to
north.
MC Hammer all week.
the
Hammer time.
the
Bum, bum, down.
the bums
Motherfuckers, we
up
told
north.
you.
They literally the other day it's suspected from Michigan to suspend Sharon Moore for game 3 and 4 of the 2025 season for Connor Stallion's sign stealing
We don't gotta
scandal.
hate y'all. Did it to yourself, brother. Nobody's hating. Y'all did this to yourself, bro. Don't nobody wanted this for y'all. We didn't want this to be. We didn't like. Oh, we want Michigan to cheat and lose all their stuff. No, bro. This is what y'all did. So don't act like we're hating. We're just talking the truth.
I ain't gonna lie.
Better Bob.
We didn't want it, but I didn't want it, but I do want it. I just want bad luck for the Michigan.
Nah,
Anything
yeah. I said
bad.
this to somebody I was beefing with the other day. Like, I hope everything crumble in front of you. Period.
Here you go. So this is my question. Why this is the $1 million question right here. Why is Michigan trying to self-impose their own 2-game suspension for Sharon Moore for Connor Stallions?
I don't
Can I
know.
go?
Go
Yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
is he froze like that?
I think so.
And,
You might get a phone call.
and all of that
Let's
shit.
remove.
It's a admission of guilt. And then you gonna have an admission of guilt before you plead. This is like pleading guilty to a life sentence. This is what it is. Like you just let them know you was guilty, and then you try to pick the weeks that you can suspend your coach for. Like I mean, how like what's the word that they call Bronny and all these pros kids entitled? How entitled can you feel to be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 games and I'm gonna
For
pick the
real.
weeks. When's the last time you went to court and the judge was like, all right, here's your sentence, and I'm gonna be like, nah, right before you,
Right.
you
Like,
It don't work that way.
nothing. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy to me, dog. Like it don't even make sense.
Nah, it don't make no sense.
that's them trying to get ahead of this thing because they got that hearing coming up June 6th and June 7th with the NCAA. That's them trying to get ahead of it. And this is my thing. Y'all trying to self-impose that, trying to get ahead of the whole NCAA with this whole situation with the scandal. Why not just wait for the verdict if it ain't nothing? That's all the Michigan fans. Let them tell it. That's what they said. This ain't about nothing. This ain't about shit. This whole sign stealing scandal ain't about nothing. Just because a Connor Stallions bought his mom some tickets for her to sit in the stands, and she holds her iPhone up and records a few plays. That's their whole talking point right now. If
That
that's
sounds stupid.
the case, then why are they self-imposing a 2-game suspension for their head coach right now?
Right. If it ain't nothing, it
But
don't make no sense. 1 + 1
Why
= 2.
not just wait for the NCAA verdict?
the whole
The
Yeah.
talking
problem is, you know what the
they're innocent.
problem is? The problem is, y'all ain't been fighting this shit. Y'all trying to fight this shit instead of settle.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't nothing, settle. Like y'all fighting this shit, and y'all feel. It seems to me, I'm not. I mean, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but I'm just saying in general. Like if y'all trying to fight this, and y'all already trying to get ahead of the game for us, suspending y'all head coach for 2 games, seems to me that y'all in some serious shit.
Yep.
That's just me outside looking in. Look like y'all in some deep shit to me.
It's like their version of a plea deal. Like when you take a plea, you getting convicted of something. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, facts,
You know what I'm saying? So, he teammate said his
facts.
phone back. His phone, he back.
Okay.
Which you make up your own plea though, like without talking to the other side. You know what I'm saying? That's not how plea. Them motherfuckers went from
Right.
straight off do shit innocent, we're innocent to okay, now we're gonna suspend our coach 2 days, or 2 weeks, and we're gonna pick the 2 weeks, and that's not how the fucking system works, bro. And I mean the system's fucked up, but like you
Nah.
get there with a plea without talking to the other. So
Make
like,
no
all right,
sense.
yeah. So now they're gonna suspend them 3 and 4, which is theirs. Then they're gonna spend them another year, and then they're gonna spend them 2 games or 2 weeks on the following year. Or however, we get 2 extra games for no reason because y'all retarded. I'm just saying, like I shouldn't say words like
Hey,
that.
he said because y'all retarded.
Now it's like it's not even like we can't even punch up to Michigan ever again. Like now we're punching down. It's like y'all special. There was a little short bus, and like I mean, you can't fight nobody on the short bus. That's fucked up. Like you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you you picking up what I'm putting down. I know I'm trying. I'm trying.
But they're suspending him for the Central Michigan game and the Nebraska game. But they
Hey,
want him to be there for game 1 and game 2, which is against New Mexico and Oklahoma, and which is Sharon Moore's alma mater in
yo,
Oklahoma.
was it Central Michigan where Connor Stearns got caught?
Yeah.
These guys
Making
are
this
some
shit up.
goofies, bro. They are some goofies, bro. Like you can't make this up, bro.
Can't
Like you can't make this up.
at all.
That's
Like this
funny.
is utterly ridiculous, dog. Like for real. Like these guys, yeah. Why fight it if it ain't nothing? If it ain't
Hey,
nothing, like bro, just wait for the NCAA June 6th, June 7th to have a hearing, talk with y'all. You know what I'm saying, and just get y'all verdict. What
Right.
the fuck? Yeah, the verdict ain't gonna happen that day. But the thing is, just because y'all give y'all self-imposed 2-game suspension, don't mean that's the final answer because y'all don't have the final answer in this situation. The NCAA has the final answer, and this is a big thing. I wanted to ask y'all because I seen people in college football talking about this, like the last couple of days, along with the Michigan story. Is the NCAA dying to where this is a story that they need to make a real stance on this specific situation for them to, be a little bit relied for us, the NCAA, for us, they power in college football?
No.
Nah,
It's
no.
more work than IL and the amateurism of it all. I don't think it's going to be what we want it to be. It's going to be less.
I mean, NCAA credibility. I mean, it's already like in the trash. So
Amateurism is gone.
I mean, this whole time we've been expecting them to drop the hammer down on Michigan. And honestly, we think it's a foregone conclusion, but it might not be. They may let us down. So I don't know.
Those are the first two games, so he suspended 4 games. And that's
Yeah, I
it.
don't disagree with them. They might not be as intense based on like. I think that if they try to go too intense on it, they might try to like people might try to like rebel against it. I guess like the NCAA in general.
There's a lot of money up at that school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
CAA wants their chunk of that money.
I mean, you got to look at the schools like, Arizona State, that when they got their little sanctions recently, they vacated some wins and stuff like that, show cause for coaches and stuff like that and everything. And that this situation is totally different, though. This is about the integrity of the damn game. Like, and,
Right.
and they literally, spoiled the whole integrity of the game off of what they did, bro. Like, you can't sit there and tell me it's okay for a Michigan coach to be sitting there on the damn sideline in Central Michigan with some damn Ray-Bans on, with a damn camera on the damn glasses.
Right.
Who's doing that? Now, you can't tell me that you got a guy on your team that literally is sending multiple people out to different games and paying for these tickets and having these guys film whole games on their iPhones, on their iCloud. Like, come on, like somebody got to read the room in this shit at some point. Somebody,
Correct.
like, this is just nasty work, like for real. It's just pure nasty work in this fashion. But like I said, June 6th, June 7th, that's when the bums up north have their hearing with the NCAA about the whole sign stealing scandal. You know what I mean? And one of the biggest fucking college football scandals in college football history, for sure. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Oh, no apologies talking about all y'all scandal. Bro, we got some tattoos and traded some jewelry that you get from beating the shit out of y'all. Get over it. It's not a scandal. And in this day and age, you got the tattoos for free. Just to say that the dude gave him the tattoo. Ain't no fucking
it's
scandal. The
not the
rules were just
same,
wrong.
bro. It is not the same.
Ain't
Like,
no damn scandal. Some cat
why
got a
do
tattoo.
all Michigan fans bring up that shit? Like, that talking point is a dumbass talking point. It's dumb. You're gonna get killed. We're gonna kill that shit every time, bro.
Dead.
Like, you cannot compare some football players selling memorabilia for tattoos and shit to a whole guy that's fucking on Central Michigan sideline when he's a Michigan staffer with Ray-Bans on with damn camera and the damn Ray-Ban glasses. You
Wearing
can't
Central
compare.
Michigan
What's the
attire.
comparison? And he's
Right. And
wearing a whole Central Michigan gear. Like, make this make sense. You can't compare that. That's why you
nah.
get cooked for that shit, right? Automatically, right there, bro.
Yeah, and nowadays, all these players, they millionaires anyway. They paying for their tax now.
Right.
Shit.
Facts.
Shit.
Or
Tattoo.
truthfully, in the days of naming image and likeness, tearing these dudes' pages and getting tattoos for the low, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dead
Dead
ass,
ass.
bro. For real.
I can
So
get
we
that.
can go ahead and go to the next one, man.
Questions.
Matter of fact, Matt, let me get your take on Jim Knowles real quick because we went. That was the first topic we covered. Let me get your take on Jim Knowles.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this without being overly intense. You dirty, no good. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, bro, man. Hey, bro, listen. Why you had to like the way I read it was like, nah, they wouldn't give me my new deal before the national championship game. Bro, if you would have asked me before the national championship game to come talk about a damn contract instead of trying to win this game, I'd have probably wanted you to leave. I ain't gonna lie. If they'd have told us that at the beginning, I'd have never been mad. I swear to God, I'd have never been mad. You selfish, selfish old ass man. And I hope that we put up. I hope Ryan Day lets you walk into our stadium, and he looks at you so mad that Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate and Brandon Ennis just torch your shitty defense. I know it's probably not going to be a shitty defense, but I hope we just torch it. I hope we just torch it, bruh. I hope we just put up like 60 on him, and they feel like they made a mistake by signing him. That's my hope. Go
Facts,
ahead.
facts, facts. All right, so
AKA
go ahead.
fuck Jim Knowles. AKA fuck Jim Knowles. That's
Definitely,
roundabout
definitely
way of
fuck
saying
Jim
that.
though, for sure, for sure. Okay, so uh, the other day, Josh Pat, man, he came out with this list of the top 5 most powerful college football head coaches, man, the other day. So this is a little interesting. He had Kirby Smart at 1, Ryan Day at 2, Dabo Sweeney at 3, Coach Prime at 4, and Steve Sarkisian at 5. What y'all think about Josh
I want
Pate's
to say
list?
this, and I'm going to say it clearly, and I'm going to try to speak appropriately because I made mistakes last week. So I'm going to try to speak this calmly and coolly and collectively. Respectfully, I do agree that Kirby Smart is number 1 or number 2 as far as best coaches.
Hey,
But in my mind, a powerful coach is able to run a group of men and lead them in a direction that is not the direction that Georgia football seems to be going right now. I'm not trying to be disrespectful and speak on any young kids' situations, but when you got 14 to 20 kids in the last year with the same kind of charges, some with bodies added to this from vehicular wrecks, like I've never seen that at Ohio State. So for me to say that he's more powerful as a coach, I just can't. You got a culture at Ohio State full of players that are all coming to the Lord, regardless of what religion you may represent. You go into the Lord. They're not out here. I can't say they're not partying, but they're not out here acting a fool, breaking laws, fucking wrecking cars. They're going to practice. They're doing the right shit. To me, that's a powerful coach. Kirby Smart is one or two and skillful coaches. But I don't know that I would say that he is a powerful coach because his players do whatever they want. And I
Honestly,
just don't think that that equals powerful. So that's where I'll leave that. Y'all can continue. I'm done on that topic myself because I say
I
dumb
don't
shit and
agree.
I don't mean to.
I agree. I agree with your take, though. Honestly, you know what I mean? Because I mean, yeah, you gotta be. We talk about Ryan Day being the CEO. You know what I mean? And you got that's to your point. As far as that, Kirby Smart got a lot of players doing some dumb shit. That means that what I mean, he has to tighten his grip, or he's not as powerful as he thinks. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Exactly.
with that same criteria, that's why I think Prime is number 2 behind Ryan Day. You know what I mean? That same, all his kids at 3.0 GPA better. They're all graduating. They're all staying out of trouble. They're all doing all those things. You know what I mean? They're being held accountable.
Hey, I
You
love
know?
his reactions. I want to say that in typical, I'm usually a hater. So I'm going to retract that and say, I would have at one point, if this conversation would have happened before I got to see all the success he had with his kids having 3.0s and graduating highest success rate in Colorado history, before I seen all that, I would immediately have went on the opinion. I might say his name wrong, but y'all will know who I'm speaking of. That Cormani McClain, I believe his name is,
Yeah,
big 5-star recruit corner. He didn't have a lot of good things to say about Coach Prime, and now he is living great and supposedly a leader at Florida. So I would have went on that opinion. But again, I'm not. That was just a kid that didn't mesh well with that environment, and he had to go somewhere else. Because if you see what Prime is doing now, I would retract that thought at this time. And I agree. There's no way this man's number 4 on a list behind people with Kirby Smart, who just fumbled the highest or second highest ranked quarterback commit he's ever had. I mean, Cade Klubnik was the second coming of fucking old boy at Jacksonville right now as far as recruiting rankings. And he fumbled the bag, bro. Fumbled the bag completely. I just don't think he don't got the power that he had when he had Taj Boyd's and Deshaun Watsons and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just don't I also don't think Steve Sarkisian is on that list, because if you were powerful, you probably would have probably stepped in on your quarterback fumbling the bag for you for the end of your season and maybe played your
Mhm.
quote unquote generational quarterback.
I think it's an art that's even him for that top 5. He's in my top 5.
I would respect it. I can't hate it. I'm saying myself personally. I'm gonna say, like, powerful wise, I can't even really think of 5 coaches right now. A lot of the coaches, because of NIL, I think a lot of the coaches that have power have kind of lost. That's why I speak so highly on Ryan Day now. In the world of NIL, this man still has control of his environment the way he does. Bro, that's crazy, bro. To bring a team back from that loss in Michigan during this time frame without losing anybody to the transfer portal is crazy level stuff right now, bro.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
that's real talk, bro.
I got day 1. I got prime 2 for all the reasons. 3, I got Sark because Texas the last couple of years, and he only been there a couple of years.
I respect
Uh,
that.
and then I got, or no, I'm sorry, I got Sark 4. 3, I got Marcus Freeman.
See, I'm like, why
Yeah.
is he not on a
I was about to
list?
say I would have added Marcus Freeman in the list
Period.
probably. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Hey, you are recruiting God and Jesus as much as you are as football and Catholicism and all this other stuff that's hard to do with Notre Dame, and Notre Dame's still a powerhouse, but they're used to getting only a certain type of player. He seems to be bringing in another type of
Notre
player
Dame,
that's good for them.
you notice one thing about Notre Dame since like Marcus took over, like they're way better off without Brian Kelly with Marcus Freeman. Way better
But
off.
that's what I'm saying. Like, the reason I think he's in the powerful ranking is like another high ranked coach in a lot of people's lists, whether any of us agree or not. A lot of people would consider Brian Kelly a top tier coach in some ways. You get what I'm saying? I don't agree.
That's
But
off of
understand,
past
this is not
presidents
my
though.
statement. This is a gentleman that has been from Cincinnati to Notre Dame to LSU. I'm saying he's regarded in his craft. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he
He
definitely one of them
literally
guys.
came out and said that it is impossible to at Notre Dame, and then just watch this man do it.
And that's
Marcus Freeman, in my opinion, and I'm gonna say it to you like this: he's 2 or 3. You can fight over that amongst
Right.
yourself. I think that the things he's doing, like you said, recruiting people, recruiting a different type of player that are willing to go there. I don't know how many of y'all know this. I think you got to have like a 3.3, 3.5 to even go there. They're like the closest to an Ivy League school entry, whatever. You get what I'm saying? GPA amount in the D1 schools. I was gonna go there for wrestling. I'm just saying, like, they don't have wrestling now, but either way, um, I'm just saying, like, they have a really high, like, his power is crazy to like be successful with these kids at that environment. Like he said, they had to preach to God and Catholic into it. He should be in that list all day, all day, all day.
Okay.
Continue your
All
list.
right.
My
So,
bad.
no, you're good.
what's kids?
I got that.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I
Go
had
ahead, Jay.
Kirby 5.
Who?
Okay.
I got Dabo at 5,
Uh,
Kirby at 6.
I got you.
Okay.
That's I agree with it. Yeah, I got the same for real. Definitely, Ryan Day, one, Marcus Freeman, Prom, no, Dabo. Because Dabo, I mean, the Clemson coaches, they
Good.
still he's still recruiting high school kids, even though he dabbled in the portal a little bit this year. He dabbled in the
He
portal
got
a little
that
bit. He
the
went
number
back on
3
his
ranked
word on that
receiver.
shit. Yeah, I
He
mean,
had to.
um, yeah, he had no choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, Kirby or Steve, you know what I'm saying? I like those top 6 for real. You know what I mean? Kirby, I understand with T Matt, his talking point for us, the culture in Georgia, for us, a lot of those players, getting in trouble and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That definitely is something involved with the culture. Like, and they're getting in trouble with the same shit, like,
Yeah, that's
speeding and
how
like
like it's always
just
the same
stupid shit.
thing.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just stupid, simple shit that them guys is getting in trouble with over there, and
Can y'all
that
hear me?
shit don't happen in Ohio State. Yeah, we can hear
Can
you.
y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I had a phone call, and
All
then
right.
when I
So,
get a phone call, it comes back in. It fucks up.
all right. So we can go ahead and go to let's go ahead and simple one. All right. So, this simple, this short topic for y'all, man. Even though I know y'all motherfuckers, man. So, right. The Steelers. You know what I'm saying? They drafted Will Howard, man, and Will Howard, right after the draft, he asked for the playbook, and the Steelers said,
Let
relax,
me go
chill,
first, Jay
celebrate.
Crutch.
We gonna give you the playbook in a week. You know what I mean? So what y'all feel about Will Howard, the national champion, ringed up Will Howard, you know what I'm saying, wanting that playbook after he got drafted by the
Bro,
Steelers.
listen, let me go first. I'm gonna just end it for us all. As the biggest Will Howard fan in this, I don't even feel like this is a conversation. Who cares? He asked for the playbook. He still ain't getting it till next week. It didn't change none. So he was excited and wanted to get started. Like that don't change a whole lot of how I feel about him or what I think about him. Or I don't really think it's a huge combo. Like he's not the first person to do it, the last person to do it. I Cam, you kind of set me up for the L on this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to just go ahead and squash it right here and move forward.
Oh,
But
we just
I
get
can't
quick
really
takes
defend
on it,
this one.
man.
Like,
Quick,
there's not
quick,
really, they're
30,
going to be like, what did he do
quick
special?
20-second take on it, and we can move on.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
I think it's much to do about nothing, honestly.
You, J. Crush?
All right, so 27. Y'all grew up. Yeah, y'all remember Boy Meets World? Will Howard is Minkins, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care about the being at the same time. Like, he kind of did the Eminem shit too, and tried to take some shit away from me. I was gonna say, but yeah, that's fucking Minkins, dude. Who cares? Okay.
20 seconds.
All right, man. Yeah, the end. All right, man. So, another little topic, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Elite College Football on Instagram. They came out with the most toxic college football fans the other day, man. And they had
Hey,
Ohio State ranked number 1 on this list.
hey, my man's mentioned Eminem, so I'm gonna use some Eminem lyrics to answer this one. Like, I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would you say I am? Brother, I am toxic. Fuck Michigan, fuck Alabama, fuck every team that isn't scarlet and gray. You hear me? I am toxic. I'm a homer. My players are better than yours. They're gonna be better than yours, and that's just what it is. I am toxic. I ain't got nothing else to say. I am. It is what it
they
is.
got they got Florida at 2, Georgia at 3, Colorado at 4, Miami at 5, Tennessee at 6, Texas at 7, Alabama at 8, Florida State at 9, and the bums at North at 10. I don't like. They need to
And listen,
rearrange some of these guys, man.
after saying what I said, I just want to say Michigan should be number one. They're like they're not just
To change
toxic; they're delusional.
the whole Southern mentality shit. That was a whole lot of Southern fucking teams right there. Them people down there are crazy, bro, for no reason. I'm just saying. Look at Tennessee.
Alabama at 8, though, bro.
Fast
Alabama's
food.
toxic as shit, bro.
They're at least top three for
Nah,
sure.
they was like the
Alabama at
big
least top
bully
three.
that walked on the playground like, "Give me the ball now." It's like that's who they were. I don't know if they're toxic. They were just better than everybody for a
Well,
while.
Alabama
I
fans are
think
toxic because
I
they get a lot of pub on like ESPN. They talk about
I
Bama a
deal with
lot.
a
You know what I'm saying?
I deal with a Tennessee fan straight up all the time. So for me, they'd be higher. Michigan would be number one again. Like I said, they the Devin Haney fans of college football, delusional as hell. They don't never understand nothing.
Facts.
They just
Thank
say the
you.
wildest shit in the
He's
world.
stupid.
You.
That they're them being tenth on this list is the most. Them being tenth on this list is worse than Illinois being tenth on the top 25.
I ain't gonna lie. But shout out to Kerry Miller. I see you. T-Man, this is the worst ever season, bro. He ain't even homer since it. He ate since it. I see you, Kerry.
That's
Hey, Kerry Miller, I also told your ass we was finna win the national championship this year, and we did. So I might be the worst fan, but I'm also a smart fan, motherfucker.
Also said, also said,
All right, man. So we can go ahead and get we can go ahead and get to the next one, man. So all right, man. Big news a couple of days ago. I would have rather us cover it live, but it's all good. We could talk about it though. But four-star Caden Dixon Wyatt, the number 3 wide receiver in the 2026 class, has officially committed to Ohio State, man, the other day, man. Teammate of Chris Henry Jr. at Modern Day High School out there in California. Got another dog, man. We got another dog at Zone 6, man. How y'all feel about it?
I
You
mean,
want
I
me
mean,
to, T-Mac?
go ahead, T Mac. Is he muted? Oh, he's
Yeah,
muted.
he on mute. I don't know why. How can I do this? My money?
It's not. He must have got a call or something because that does that to me. It's not letting him hit that mute button for some reason. You got to come back out and come back
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Go back out and come back in. All right, let me see something.
what's that?
Yeah, go ahead. One of y'all go and get y'all take on it.
Oh, I mean, I think it's a great pickup. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I already thought it was going to, when we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, I thought like it was basically going to happen. You know what I mean? For real, for real. I mean, I never like once we started talking about it and we started covering it more. I felt like it was just a foregone conclusion that he was going to come. To be honest with you, yeah, we know Chris Henry Jr. had something to play with it. That's his boy. You know,
So,
so.
he came there for the home and
Mhm.
opportunity. Because honestly, I can't see him going over Mylan Graham or Quincy Porter, and then you got Chris Henry Jr. So I don't really see him playing for the first 2 years. Hopefully he stays. Great player. I want him on the field, but we got it's wide receiver you. That room is full. I hope he proves himself like everybody says he's gonna. Um, I, I don't know. I'm just excited about so many wide receivers coming out of Ohio State that it's hard to, you know what I mean, see where he's going to be, honestly.
Yeah.
But he's going to make that room better. Every one of them rooms going to be better with him there. That's a fact. They're going to work harder.
Yeah, facts, bro. Yeah, I think T-Mac got to come back in. Go back in. I don't know what's going on.
I can't.
Me personally, bro. Yeah, me personally, with Caden Dixon Wyatt, bro. This just seals in a solid wide receiver class for this 2026 class, man. With Chris Henry, Chris Henry Jr. Then you got Brock Boyd. Then you got Jaden Ricketts. You know what I'm saying? And then you add Caden Dixon Wyatt, which he got offered. I heard a bigger bag, of course, from who, Oregon. Oregon offered him a crazy bag. And you know what I'm saying? This man said, no, you go to Ohio State to be elite, and that's what he wants to do, man. And he's a Buckeye, man. So and I'm hearing this is a lock. This ain't gonna be no problem with no flip situation and stuff leading up towards signing day later
He
this
gonna put the
year.
helmet
But
on.
yeah, he
What,
definitely said he's gonna be a Buckeye, man. But
so,
yeah, go ahead.
so hold on. Let me go for a second. With Emeka going first round, never being a number one receiver. What if he goes first or second round, never being a
I hate when. Oh,
shooter? That would be crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean they got him. They're like, I seen somebody compare him to Cornell Tate the other day, but
Yeah.
like I mean this guy Caden, like last year Chris Henry went down last year in that season with with that ACL injury, and he was the number one guy for Modern Day. Like he took over and he blossomed in that situation last year, and he balled out. And he's going to end up being a 5-star guy. They got him as a 4-star guy right now, but he's going to end up being a 5-star guy when we all talk. We all keep talking about it, especially when you're a Brown Hardline guy. You know what I'm saying? And you ranked at a certain spot, they end up like they did with Marlon Graham last year. They moved like Marlon Graham was like borderline top 4-star. Then they moved him up as a 5-star. It's gonna be the same thing with Caden Dixon Wyatt too, pretty much. You just looking at like of course, like you said, Jay Crush, as far as the guys that we got and everything. Like I think a lot of these guys that come in Ohio State to play wide receiver. Some of them, they do have the dream like to play early, but kind of like a similar situation with like Brandon Ennis, for instance. Like him, like he was like he he wasn't going to start right away when he came in, at Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? And now this is his junior year. He has one more year of eligibility along with Cornell Tate, but they're already saying Cornell Tate possibly going to be going this year because they're already deeming him as a first-round wide receiver for next year. You know what I mean? So Brandon Ennis is a chance he may come back for his senior year. You know what I mean? So like the room, you got Marlon Graham, Brandon Ennis, Chris Henry, then Caden Dixon Wyatt. Then you already got Bryson Rogers. He'll probably be back unless he hit the portal. And you got it's like the room is so crazy. Then you got 2027 Jameer Brown from Huber Heights Wayne. He's the best wide receiver in that class. Like just like what I'm saying, it's just Quincy Porter, then Phillip Bell, the freshman we got right now with the Desi Jones. You know what I'm saying? We got killers.
Carnell
Don't
Taylor
think it's
Jr.
crazy.
Okay,
Now,
Carnell Taylor Jr.
He a junior, but he probably gone this year. He probably gone.
Yo, just imagine if he decides to come back though, like for his senior year.
Yeah, I think he'll come. I think he'll go because you want to keep that same tradition of first-round wide receivers. And they're already deeming him as he's gonna be a first-round, especially he'll be like he's wide receiver 2 this year, so he's gonna get a lot of reps this year.
If we repeat, I think he might come back for the 3-peat.
If Tate or Ennis comes
Hell
back, they're
nah. You repeat, nah, you gone. You out of here.
we have Mylan Grant, Quincy Porter, and Jeremiah Smith the following year, bro. They don't come back. That's another year keeping them dudes on the bench. That's not what we want. That's not what we want.
Brandon Ennis, I can see him coming back possibly. Tate, nah. Tate is gone. Like he done played 3 years, started 3 years pretty much. I mean, he's definitely out of there.
Yeah.
Porter is coming, bro. Their spot. I'm not gonna lie. He gonna take their spot. We sat there and watched him in the spring game as a freshman. He was there with me, Cam.
Nice, bro.
Porter and Mylan Graham, bro. I'm sorry, Tate.
Hardline's the GOAT, bro. This is why you make him OC. This is why, bro. Like
he was good as those two.
Yo, man, we're gonna see how he calls some games though, man. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit. You know what I mean? He's his first year OC. We're gonna have some growing pains. So
yeah, I think he's gonna do a good job, man. I'm confident, man.
I mean, because what you're doing is setting it up for the season. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna have me and possibly Jay Crutch keeping it 100 with y'all. You know what I mean? And you're gonna be and all this other shit.
I can hear now, boy. As soon as he called one bad serious, y'all gonna be on his ass. Y'all gonna be on his ass. One bad serious. It's over. It's over. Jay Crunch gonna be going crazy.
Oh my gosh. Listen, if he has a couple big games in a row, if he's consistent, then that's when we start seeing something. One bad game, it's okay, Bill Belichick's called some bad defensive games. Don't mean he ain't great.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Defensive coordinator, though.
Yeah, we'll
bad
see.
game.
I just don't want to be. I don't want to start to praise this man like he's the greatest OC in Ohio State history. Like, let's just wait to see how some.
We ain't going that far. We ain't doing all that now. You You know what I'm saying? We just want them to do good. Start off this year, start off hot, man. Start off, just build. Just build.
What we can say is Hardline's the best wide receiver recruiter of all time in college football.
Yes, I'll agree with you on that.
There you go.
Yo.
That's why Hardline takes that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's
So yeah, I'll get your take on Caden. We just talking about Caden Dixon Wyatt, committing to Ohio State.
No, yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you. You good.
I mean, my take's the same as Jay Crutch's, and I said it when we talked about him. Like, I respect you coming here, and I actually love it in you that you ready to come here and work for it. But like, hey, Bubba, you better come here 10 toes down because it's finna be a rough battle to that field. I ain't gonna lie to you, and that's just. I love that you came here for that because if you look at this roster, there's no reason for you to want to come here. It just shows your character and your want to win and want to be part of the best way to produce for yourself. So I hope you stick to that mentality and then wait for year 3 or whatever till you get a chance to play. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're way better than what these people say you are and you come in here starting and
Yeah.
throwing weight around. We'll see, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think you were coming here. I am glad to have you. I'm excited to have you, but get ready to work, brother. That's what I would say because there's a lot of real big named, talented people right in front of you right now. That's going to be hard
Yeah,
to get past.
he was Brian Hartline's number 2 guy on this board. Of course, behind Chris Henry. So that's big enough for me. Like if that was a guy
I
that
mean, I
Brian Hartline
wanted
was big on
Tyreek King
getting,
that went to
got to get him.
Clemson, but I'm
you, so you don't think Chris Henry Jr. is comfortable at any weight on that decision?
absolutely. I mean, there's no question
That
in
homie.
my
A
mind.
little bit, but like I said, with you look at
So
like I said
let's rephrase the question. Would he have came to
With
Ohio
Chris getting
State?
hurt last year, with him getting hurt last year, Caden Dixon, he was the guy on that team and he went crazy. And
Now,
that's
to answer
against
my
top
question,
tier talent over there
if
in
Chris Henry
California.
would have stayed here at Withrow or whatever it's called, my apologies for whatever.
With
If he'd have stayed here, would Caden Dixon Wyatt have still been a Buckeye? The answer
No.
is probably not. The conversations between him and the friendship between them, I think, probably pushed it over the edge. Like, I get to go with my boy who I'm building the chemistry with, and we potentially could play together sometime with Brady Edmonds as our quarterback. I think that's a huge point to that. I don't know that if he wouldn't have went there that he'd have had the same feeling towards coming here. I mean, I get the Buckeye receiving room, but like, bro, I mean, he had offers to everywhere else, like closer to home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hardline. He said they got a great
I
relationship with
don't.
him and
Yeah, no,
Hardline.
yeah.
And
Hardline doing
then
his thing. I
just
could
the
never
culture, like
despitefully hate
just
that.
like just talking about just to mention. No, the other day in California, Julian saying JS10, that man had the guys out there, Brandon Ennis, Max Clear, JJ, Cardell Tate, Lincoln Kingholz, Chris Henry Jr., Caden Dixon Wyatt, all of these guys was out there, you know what I'm saying? They saying they was up there running, running some little drills and stuff up there in
You know what I
California the
love
other
about
day,
it?
man.
I love about it is that I really do love that Lincoln Keyholtz was there too. I really do because to me, like that was
Yeah.
something set up by JS10, who probably is the winner of this job. Is probably our quarterback. I just, man, this man Lincoln just keeps surprising me with his character, bro. I respect you. There ain't no reason for you to still be here, in my opinion. I'm so proud of you for staying and fighting for what you believe in. That's cool as hell, bro. I'm gonna stand on that always. And you flying out there to throw at these cats too, knowing as basically you going there to be QB2 and warm up with QB2. I'm not
It
being
is a reason
disrespectful.
for
I'm
him to
being
be.
honest,
It is
bro.
a reason for him to be here because JS10 go down. You the guy.
No.
This
There
is
is a
Ohio
reason for him to
State.
be there for us, and for this team. There is not a personal reason for him to stay here and be a backup where he's probably never going to start, bro. That shows his character,
I
is
mean,
what I'm
you're right.
saying.
You're right.
We need
You're
him
right.
here. I'm not disputing that. We need him here in case something happened to JS10. I'm saying it shows his character that the writing is on the board. I've been in jobs where I was uncomfortable and not happy, and the writing was on the board that it was over and it was done. And the fact that he's still riding with his boys all the way out to Cali to practice with receivers that he's probably never even going to play with, bro, is fucking cool, bro. I don't care. That's cool. He's a Buckeye. Even though he might never take a real snap for us, he's a Buckeye, and I like that about him.
What happens if King Holtz goes in the draft and he doesn't play a snap for Ohio State and he still gets drafted in like the 5th round?
That's a
That
possibility.
showed Lincoln King Holtz. Like I got mad love for dude. Like he was trying to all that shit he was saying. I'm just trying to add to it. Like dude is a great Buckeye. Like he might go as the unsung hero of the Buckeyes. You know what I mean? Going down as, and yeah,
I would
that
say
would be
this
cool.
though. I would say this though. The reason everything we say about Lincoln King Host is all facts and true, right? But that's the same reason why we love Craig Krenzel too.
And Will Howard, and Will,
You know what I'm saying?
and
That's why we put Craig Krenzel in our top 5 for that leadership. Everything you saying Will Howard got, that grit, that
No
toughness, the true
one
Buckeye
even
mentality.
mentioned Will Howard. What the fuck are you on?
What?
Shut up.
Where?
That was out of
Okay,
left field. We talking about Lincoln fucking
okay.
Fields, our backup quarterback. Nothing about leadership. You just thought you found a moment to take a shot, and it's been a backfire. Lincoln Keyholtz has stop.
All right. So one thing I
Fucking
want to say about this
snap.
this little get
Niggas be
together
telling me,
that JS10 put together. I seen a clip where Brandon Ennis and Molly Graham was over there, teaching, they was over there coaching up Caden Dixon Wyatt for us, his release and everything over there. So that was just something that I seen closely for us that. And the man Chris Henry Jr., dog, he was like taller than Max Clare out there, dog. Like that man Chris Henry Jr. may be an all 6'6" for sure.
damn, just like his
That boy, that's
father.
a big dude, man.
I
That's a
got a
big
question for
dude.
you. Do y'all think that the Bengals do anything they can to draft that kid?
Oh, I believe so. If we get a high draft pick, if we
I
get a
think you
high draft
got
pick,
to,
yeah.
bro.
I don't see
I
us
think you
thinking of
got
the
to. But
dream.
we're talking
That'd
five,
be
six
crazy.
years from now,
You
bro.
know why?
We talking. I'm
You
asking
know
you to
why?
answer something for 5, 6 years from now.
Hey, you know why I
I
feel
would
that way?
love for
You
it.
know why I feel that way? Because T gonna be gone.
Huh?
T's gonna be gone. That's why I say that. That's why I think they will. If
That's what I'm
T,
saying. We're talking.
hmm
He got another year of high school, then at least 3 years, and then a fifth year before he plays in the NFL. So
yeah, T gonna be gone, bro. And I think we
I
gonna.
just
I
think
think
you guys should try to find a way to get that man on your team in number 15. I think it'd mean a lot to him. And I don't know. That's just my thought. I've thought about it for a while now.
hmm I
I've
agree.
never wanted a Buckeye to be a Bengal so bad in my life.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
Wrestling
man.
talking about
So,
Shut up. Fucking
so
Raiders.
quick, quick, 2026 recruiting update, man. Um, Ohio State offered this guy Emmanuel Ruffin, 3-star defensive lineman, 2026 class, from Alabama. He's 451 player overall, 18th in the state of Alabama. Um, said, the very versatile guy can play all, the 1, the 3, the 5 technique. Like he's a very versatile guy at D tackle, man. And he got schools after him like Bama, Tennessee, Florida, LSU. Of course us big boys, 6'4", 290 pounds. Got some nice, get off speed off, off the ball. I like this kid right here, man. Larry Johnson is trying to lock, some guys in on that line right now, which is we definitely got to beef up on that recruiting for 2026 class on that D line right now, man. So, that's a kid to watch out for us, Ohio State right there. Emmanuel Ruffin, he'll probably be setting his visit, possibly soon as well. He already got a list of visits of the schools that I just named from him. Another guy, PJ Dean, Pierre Dean, that D lineman from North Carolina. The news is getting real hot on him. Another crystal ball popped out with him, so that's
Okay.
another guy that we definitely got to pay attention to. For us, Pierre Dean. Pete, aka PJ Dean, you know what I'm saying? Sincere Johnson, he just named his top three the other day between Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame. Of
We got his
course,
last visit.
yeah, we got his last visit, and of course, he's already crystal ball to Ohio State. So, of course, we
I
keeping
thought
an
he was
eye
already
out on the
committed
ground.
to Ohio
Now he
State.
ain't committed yet. He's crystal ball, but he's not
All right.
committed yet. But like I'm hearing this is gonna be a shoe in that he ends up, you know, making making it have that we get that commit, which is
I
no
wouldn't be
we're
surprised
gonna
if he
talk.
ends up shutting it down for too long.
We got
I
a
hope so.
for us to lose it.
Another guy,
I would say there
favorite.
is one thing to think on that one. Just let me make one
What
statement.
what
Is he
what?
potentially waiting to see if T. Atkinson comes here? Because then he's potentially worried about sitting behind Alford. Um, I always forget the other one's name, dude. Who's the dude we got right now?
John,
The other, the
C.J. Santa.
no, the other. No, I know we got him. The other freshman that's at Ohio State right now. T.J.
T.J. Alford
Alford, and
and
who's the other one?
Riley Pettijohn.
Riley Pettijohn. I always forget that one. So I mean, maybe in his mind, he's like, "Dang, they got Riley Pettijohn. They got oh boy. I already said his name. I'm tripping. Either way, if they get Tyler Atkinson too and C.J. Santa, like, is there room for him in his mind? You get what I'm saying? So maybe
They
that's why he kept his
they
visits
right
open.
now Ohio State. Well, right now Sincere Johnson is the number six linebacker in the country in the 2026 class, and they got him right behind Tyler Atkinson
I
on their
don't
board.
disagree. I'm
Yeah,
saying from
so
his
but
point of
CJ
view.
Santa, this is all right. Let's go ahead as far as we talking about Tyler Atkinson. Tyler Atkinson, he had an interview with Buckeye Huddle the other day where they asked him about his top schools, and he was basically having a conversation like basically saying no, yeah, me and Ryan Day, because he had a visit recently. And he was saying, no, me and Ryan Day, we was just talking, and Ryan Day was asking me, where we at as far as my top schools. And then the guy from Buckeye Huddle, like, where are you at? And then Tyler Atkinson said, Ohio State is his top school currently on his board right now. So just speaking as far as the whole Sincere Johnson and Tyler Atkinson situation, it's a chance we're going to have all three of these guys. For one, we know C.J. Sanders already in. He already committed a couple weeks ago. Sincere Johnson is the shoe in. They want to get three linebackers. James Laurinaitis is 1-3. Jacoby Clapper, that's the reason why you seen him. Jacoby Clapper from St. Next the other day. He committed to Morgan Freeman in Notre Dame the other day. So that was that. Like that third spot
I
is
thought he was
there
a
because
safety.
not. I
no,
mean, he linebacker. I think he's gonna play linebacker at Notre Dame for
and he
sure.
can rush. He rushed him the whole year. Like
Fact.
he person on St. Next, like the whole team.
Facts. So with Sincere Johnson is Crystal Ball at Ohio State, so I'm pretty sure that he's going to be a lock. The other person is Tyler. Now he's the key one on the board. Now this goes in with I heard people talking about Georgia because Ohio State and Georgia is Tyler Atkinson's top two teams. He's took over 15 visits at Georgia, but he done took about 7 visits at Ohio State within the last year.
Oh, that's
I
a lot of
mean,
visits.
that's a lot
No,
of lot of visits coming from Georgia to Ohio State within a year. You know
My
what I mean?
my Georgia guy says that they're kind of worried about him right now. They're like absolutely worried that he's going to be a Buckeye. Like
He has a great
they
relationship
were
with
not.
James
They were
Laurinaitis.
not until recently, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
like
like
he has
very
a
much
great
so
relationship
leaning
with
heavily
James, and he
Buckeye right
loves
now.
Ryan Day. He loves Ryan
But
Day.
I'm just saying from both parties, they're already saying it our way. They're starting to say it too. You get what I'm saying? Like we was discussing it the other day when he was talking about Jared Curtis committed to Georgia the other day. So that's what we were talking about, and
Yeah,
then we talked
and
about
then
that.
speaking about that, with Jackson Cantwell, they're already crystal balling him to Georgia right now. So I heard the conversation earlier, like with Georgia having a lot of NIL money in on Jackson Cantwell and Jared Curtis,
That they can't afford it.
they might not have it bad for Tyler Atkinson.
here.
Facts.
It goes to Ryan Day's culture he's building. We don't want players that are after money. We want players that are after the next step. You know what I mean? You go.
Yeah.
To be the best.
Yeah, Ryan Day
Top.
standing on that, bro. Like you said that if he said like as his quote, he said
Well, he
if you
says
look
that,
at
but we
if
paid
your first
Jeremiah
thing is
Smith
you
a lot
looking
of
for
money.
money, if you looking for money, this ain't the place for you. You know
Man,
what I
listen, I
mean?
love my coach, and y'all know I stand 10 toes behind my coach, but he should not make comments like that, bro. He shouldn't make comments like
You
that.
No. He Jeremiah, that's
see,
different, bro.
come
But
No, it's
every freshman coming in is not coming in getting
I'm
fucking $1-2 million from Ohio State. This is not happening.
I mean, I
That's
don't
not being
disagree with
realistic.
that. I just think that it's we are
Ohio
definitely
State,
paying
they're
players
gonna
that
make you
definitely are
work for
coming
your
here for
bag.
money.
Like Jeremiah, he's the highest paid probably player in college football right now. You know what I mean? But he
I really
deserved it
actually
though.
think dude from Miami is the quarterback for Miami. He had like 7 million
He probably
NIL.
is, yeah.
got done. Yeah, we ain't talking about him.
I'm
I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
I'm
say
just saying, like today, Miami. We see a report with Miami today. They offering Jackson Cantwell $2 million to go to Miami, bro. Like, come on, like he ain't even took a snap yet. Like Miami be doing this ridiculous shit, bro.
Nah, see, 2 million to get an elite lineman makes sense to me. 12 million for a quarterback that didn't even win the state championship might be.
Hello, and there's some little noise. There's a little birdie out there with Bryson with this. I heard some thoughts about LSU, but that's either here or there. I
they got
heard
a
a little
terrible
something
coach.
earlier. I heard a little something earlier. Somebody was speaking about him thinking of LSU a little bit too, with the whole scandal. You know what I'm saying? The dark cloud scandal over their head.
Go ahead. Who's saying something?
Yeah. All right. So, um.
Just
Oh,
not let somebody
so back to recruiting news. With like I said, if we get Tyler Atkinson
put a gym.
and CJ Sanders and Sincere Johnson, bro, this will be the probably the best recruiting linebacker
And the
core that we had out of any class.
safety's coming. So we got linebackers and on the deck, son. Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Miss
That
Laura, Miss Cam J over there.
She is show her face. Now, Tyler Atkinson, they bro, I like it. I like what I'm seeing. No, favor key. I just seen him the other day. No, they're high on him right now. I'm hearing the crystal ball to favor key to running back upstate in Ohio.
That's
Jameer
something you're not mentioning.
Perez.
There's a real chance that they had to pay for Savion Hitter too, Georgia, as far as not getting Atkinson's money.
That too. That too. That as well. And even I mean with no favor key. This is the thing. I know Coach Locke is wanting to get two running backs in this class, and it's a race between Savion Hyder, Favor Key, Derek Cooper, and the Carson Baker out of Georgia.
Carson
Carson
Baker's
Baker,
nasty.
I love Carson Baker. That dude is nice as hell. And I think they said that he is real, like it's real warm as far as him coming to Ohio State right now with Carson Baker. Like,
Yeah.
it's real it's
He's
getting
currently
warm.
crystal balled to Ohio
Yeah,
State.
yeah. So that's the thing. You get a guy like Carson Baker in the class, then who you got next? You got it like favorite key. So somebody got to jump on that second spot. And then, like, who would it be? Is it going to be Savion? Do Savion want to come over there in the class with a guy like Carson Baker? You know what I'm saying? Or are we going? Or favorite key is he going to be the one to be like, oh, I'm gonna stay home instead of go to USC or Miami? Because
also
I'm hearing USC a little bit with favorite key a little bit too, but no, Ohio State is the team for a favorite key. Another guy to mention real quick, Jameer Perez, that big boy from Glenville. What I mentioned, 6'4", 360. He just Sam Adams. You know what I'm saying? Sam Adams. He just came out the other day and announced his visit for Ohio State, June 20th. He got the last visit out of all his visits. UC is the second to last visit, and a lot of people been crystal balling him to UC, but Ohio State has his last visit, man, and I think Larry gonna get the job done with that guy right there for sure. Um, Another guy just to mention, Aiden Harris. He got a crystal ball. The D lineman from North Carolina. North Carolina. He got a crystal ball to Ohio State the other day. That's something to mention real quick. And I wanted to mention a quick little story real quick with Danny Lane. This is a 2027 cornerback from Modern Day High School, by the way. Modern Day High School. That pipeline through Modern Day is starting to run a little bit up there for them Buckeyes a little bit now strong. Danny Lang is a guy, one of the top corners in the 2027 class, which he's getting a lot of offers from all of the top schools around the country. But he was real excited when he recently got his Ohio State offer. So excited to where I heard the man went up and hugged Coach Mac G and Tim Walton and Ryan Day when he got the offer and stuff. You know what I mean? A little different to me. I don't hear about a lot of players hugging coaches, you know what I'm saying, when they get an offer. But, you know what I'm saying, this guy, he got real happy about the Ohio State offer, man. So that's a name to pay attention to in the 2027
As he
class.
fucking should.
Facts. And one quick thing, too. Albert Hill, bro, from Archbishop Hogan, bro. I wanted to chop it up about that real quick. I'm sorry, that man went and committed to USC the other day, man. And I heard that he got a crazy bag to go up there to USC. A crazy bag that was like undeniable. Like it was crazy. Like the last few days, I was hearing a lot of buzz with Albert Hill with USC, and I'm like, man, come on, man.
I'm
I
glad
know
you
he
brought
really
that
ain't
up.
about to go there, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like USC, bro.
I'm glad
You
you
won't go.
brought that up because think about the other statement that you made that Ryan Day made. Think about the timing of that.
Facts.
Albert Hill
Facts.
took that deal to go to
Ryan Day
USC,
be
and
throwing
literally,
shots,
I'm
bro.
not lying. The day that he committed, Ryan Day made that statement.
Yep. You're right, bro. You're right.
No one's saying that. I'm just saying that I'm putting two and two together myself. I'm not seeing any
Yeah,
reports of that
bro.
being what he was referring to, but
Hell yeah, bro. You
that's how I
gotta
took
read the
it.
room for sure. You gotta read the room.
Can't be mad at this dude. You got to think LA free for LA, and then
Man,
you
don't do that to AJ Crutch, man. Talk about some LA, man. He always talk about LA.
come on, dog. I mean, I know my fingers fucked up, but come on, LA, dog. LA or Miami. Come on, dog. It is what it is. And then you're gonna play earlier because it's USC. It's less competition than it is OSU. So you're gonna play earlier, or you're gonna play at all. One of the two. Goddamn mosquitoes. Shouldn't have the garage door open, but it's nice out. Oh, bitch. Oh, I'm gonna show everybody with the ball head too. But like, I can't be mad at somebody going to USC.
Do that bitch proud. You hear me?
But USC, bro, like this is my thing. You go to USC, and a lot of the guys are like a lot of they top guys. They leave USC on defense because they team horrible, and they're switching D coordinators out like draws every year up there.
USC ain't like a Big Ten team for real yet. Like, you know what I mean? Oregon is because it's us too. Yeah, and anybody else want to put somebody else in to be tripping, but it's us too. It's us and Oregon on the top. And USC,
At the
Washington, like,
top, it's just us.
I'm,
That's Chief Keef, right?
well, I mean, I'm still smoking, huh?
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
man.
that's a Chief Keef song. At the top, it's just us.
Yeah,
I can't say
yeah.
what
I
else he
mean,
says, bro, but
this
there's more to the
this my
song, all
thing
right?
though. This is the thing, and I like what Ohio State doing as far as the whole situation. What I mentioned with Danny Lane, because now since Oregon and USC they want to go after our guys in our
You just
backyard,
got it.
we coming after y'all guys. We coming after y'all guys. Whoever y'all got after in the West Coast, we coming after y'all guys now. So y'all
Facts.
coming in our backyard. You know what I mean? And like a similar story, like the Trey McNutt story, bro. Like Trey McNutt, him that I heard they offered him just like I just mentioned with Rock Hill, with Elber Hill, undeniable bag to go to Oregon and his family was Ohio State like grads, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this man, like they offer him a crazy bag of Oregon, and he goes to Oregon, just like they did with no old boy Nakeem Alford. You know what I'm saying? Giving him his own damn shoe and shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Like it's just
I mean, we can't deny. I mean, we can't fault them for getting that bag, taking care of their families early. You know
now,
what I mean?
I will say this: Ohio State. I know Tim Walton. They're not going to stop recruiting them though. They're going to try to flip them.
Hey, I'm real
They
quick
will
though.
try to flip him.
Real
So
quick.
and don't be surprised if he do flip to Ohio State in any circumstance. Because OG Ward and Mac G, they got the will card. They can make it happen.
Hold on.
So
Yeah, but
Jay,
real quick though, how y'all feel about this though? How y'all feel about this? How y'all think this is going to affect the recruits and these students' decisions moving forward? When you got Quinn Ayers turned down 8 million to only make less than a million in the NFL. How do you think that's going to affect?
I would first off like to hear or see proof of it being an $8 million offer. I'm not saying that the report is 100% false,
Hmm.
but I
That's a
think
great
that
point.
sometimes people confuse like an NIL evaluation with
I'll take
what
the
they're
Great
credit.
point.
taking to the house.
That's a great point.
I
That's a great point.
But it definitely was still more than under 1 million that he fumbled, and it was definitely a good amount. And I think people probably should look at that as an example. If you don't have a big round one grade, then maybe you should make that extra year of college money. That may be where we're at now. That may be. I thought of something today since we're asking random questions. The quarterback class this year was weak, and if you look at next year's, it's really not that sweet either. I mean, it's got more
Right.
quarterbacks, but it's not. I mean, you got players like Lenoris Sellers going first round from South Carolina and shit. Um, Is the NIL and the transfer portal borderline ruining the strength of quarterback classes to the draft because you're getting people that are transferring in that are stopping people from building a resume at one place? You know what I'm saying? Like shit kind of getting weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but then again, in that same statement, as I asked that question, your number one quarterback drafted went to 3 different schools. So, like, is
Facts.
it affecting it? Is it helping it? What do y'all think?
It,
let me
it depends on the situation.
for asking that. What happens? What my mind goes is Ryan Day's culture. He's building it, bro. I'm telling you, it's nothing but competing to be the best of the best.
Right.
Like that's why everybody. So we got three safeties. We're gonna be we're gonna get whoever we want in the next 2 years. Like unless something fumbles or something happens, like that's what this program is now. It's literally the combine for the combine. You know what I mean? It's
I like that. That was a statement. That was a
That was
statement.
fire. That was fire. Yeah,
yeah,
man. Like far as like the NIL, bro, it's just like with these kids, like the Caden Dixon example I gave earlier. For us, no, I heard he got offered a crazy bag from Oregon, and he still decides to come to Ohio State. it, it's all what the kids' choice in and what they prefer. As far as do they value money or do they value getting developed to where they can go to the NFL and make more money? You know what I'm saying? It's just what do they parents value? You know what I'm saying? What value do the parents have? I mean, it's so many things that go into play for us. This recruitment shit now. Like it's just crazy because now you're seeing a lot of these kids, they're valuing the bag, but you got to understand a
They
lot of
are.
these top schools, they're not going to give you a crazy bag like that. You know what I'm saying? No, if you come in there, bitch, and you stink it up, and you ain't even a starter. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm gonna give you $1 million and you ain't even good enough to start here. Like we ain't even seen you on the field yet.
Yeah.
Like you heard when you remember Nick Saban that he had that story where the kid came up to him to his office and said that they wanted $1 million and he said bye bye. That's 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 what Ryan Day. That's Ryan Day on that type of timing. Like you coming up there just wanting a crazy ass number and you ain't shown shit. No, not happening. You got to earn that bag if you want to play at a school like Ohio State. And if you play well and you like a JJ Smith, you're gonna get a big bag. for sure. Everybody at Ohio State is eating. We had no scholarship players hitting the portal this year, so everybody's good where we at. We eating good over there, and we
How
got
many?
one of the best NIL collectors right now with the foundation at Ohio State.
They eat
You know what I mean?
steak and lobster. You hear me?
Great. Them boys up here, they wearing Chrome Heart, Balenciaga, and all that.
Bro, you even say the label's weird too? I'm on your ass tonight.
Chrome Heart, Balenciaga,
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga, Louis. Yeah,
Stop.
man.
Vuitton right now. Say Louis Vuitton.
Fuck you. So, all right, man. So, other news, real quick. All right. So, this starting to end the show. We got something new we gonna do for us. The Buckeye Steppers, another new segment. The Buckeye Steppers, bold or hot takes for the week, man. So we all gonna name out a bold or hot take that we have for the Buckeyes each week, and we're gonna start with the first segment of this edition tonight. So who want to get the first Buckeye Stepper bold or hot take of the night
I'll get
for
mine.
tonight? Go ahead, brother.
I think that the quarterback battle is going to bleed into game one. I think he's going to play both of them,
Hmm.
and I think he's going to decide the definitive one after game one.
Look at T-Man.
Hey, listen.
He's gonna tell you.
This
He
is
had
not
it.
a moment to dispute somebody's hot take. I'm gonna let you keep your hot take. I'm gonna just say, if this man fucking plays two quarterbacks against Texas, I might run on the goddamn field. I might fucking freak out. I might fucking freak out, dude. If he plays two quarterbacks in a game like that, I might freak the fuck out, dog. I really might. I really might. I'm serious. I'm not just saying that. Like, he better decide before that game. We better not go into that game uncertain. Not that game. You want to play them both? Play them week 2 against Grambling. Don't you dare play a double quarterback system against Texas. That's not a good look, in my opinion. Sorry, I didn't want to dispute your hot take. I couldn't help it. It was too hot. That motherfucker was sizzling. I had to attack it. I had to.
Like, oh, too much. Get me.
Yeah, there was that ball. He fucking better not do that. Hey, I can't say that I hate it though. I can't say because I've really looked at that game more, and I'm being real. I I think that the reason we think that Lincoln looks so much better is because he didn't start out rough. And that's what we all want. We've spoke about that since last year. We want a fast start. We want a quick go right now. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the first 2 drives, that man Lincoln
Shake.
Kehoe's played really well as well. But I still think Julian Sands is the quarterback.
Seeing it live,
Respect.
I think it's different. I don't know. Cam might have a different perspective than me, but seeing it live, there was no question to me.
I don't think there was either.
I
I
got
watched it on the phone in the
JS10, bro.
factory,
I ain't
so I
gonna
wasn't
lie.
there live, but
Like,
I think that it's
like,
JS10.
yeah, like all the whole, Ryan Day trying to say, oh, JS Julian saying it's still close.
Hold on,
Like, bro, that's
but check this out
propaganda,
though.
bro.
But check this out though.
All the analysts got JS10 as the guy. We seen him live spring game. He
I
looked
think
like the guy. He had the edge on Lincoln, even though Lincoln didn't have a bad day at the spring game. He didn't have a bad day. It
That's
was
what I
just,
was getting at.
JS10 had more command of the offense. Like, that's just
is it a knock
what
on
I think.
is it a knock on Lincoln to start off bad and go through that adversity and finish strong? Because that's what
Oh no,
you know what I mean.
No,
That,
well,
just because
shit.
no.
We'll
I mean,
see.
this is the thing. But like I said before with Lincoln, bro, like he's staying because no, obviously Ryan Day he put it in both of their heads that it's a competition. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But at the same time, Lincoln still has the mindset like, okay, JS10, he gonna probably be the guy, but I'm his backup. If he go down, then I'm the next up
Nah,
guy, and
Cat.
I'm playing for this. I'm playing for this right here.
Yeah.
This is important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, this logo is important to me. So like that's the thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I would rather be a backup quarterback for this than be starting playing for Iowa.
Can I ask you two a question that was on the ice?
Go ahead.
Will y'all back Lincoln Quixotes if he is named the starter, or will you think that Ryan Day's wrong?
I'm
Like,
backing
you were there
Absolutely.
live, so you have your opinion based. If week 1 comes and he chooses Lincoln Quixotes, are you going to argue that he's wrong, or are you going to accept his decision?
No,
I gotta respect it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you this is not what my eyes told me. This is what Ryan Day did.
I
We'll
respect it.
see. Tough.
I respect it.
I assume I'm gonna be wrong because Ryan Day is Ryan Day, and he's the #1 head coach of college football. I said it on multiple of these podcasts. Yeah, like,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I was.
Me, honestly,
I,
I'm gonna get behind whoever he picks. You know what I mean?
Period.
Right.
Y'all know my Homer ass, Simpson ass
Yeah.
is. You know what it is. I'm going to tell
I
y'all
mean,
he the best
you already
quarterback in
know,
the
like,
fucking nation.
if
Whoever it is.
Ryan Day, I gotta trust his eye. If he choose Lincoln, then I'm trusting him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, one thing I know about Ryan Day and Ohio State and his coaches, they're not putting you on that field if they don't trust you. They don't give a damn how talented you are. If they don't trust you, you will not be on the field.
I see it like this. So, like, if it was Urban Meyer's offense, Lincoln Keyholes would do it. If it was purely Ryan Day's offense, it would be saying. So, like, I don't know where the hiccup goes and the offensive coordinators and where they lie. If we want a bigger pass, bigger pass heavy, the combinations, all those routes and everything, then we're going Ryan Day's offense. I don't know how they're going to go because of Will Howard, because to run him with 3-4 yard gains and head of the chains.
I respect
But
that take. That's a solid take.
you're going to want saying. If you're going to run and want to be ahead of the chains, you're going to want keyholes. I didn't think he was that fast, so I saw him live. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
he can go. He can go.
Yeah, athlete, man.
He
So
won Gatorade Athlete of the Year for a reason.
Yeah,
3-sport
athlete.
national champion. Or state champion. My bad. State champion, not national champion.
Mm-hmm. So
All right, so
who
are we
else next?
returning to the is this like a Buckeye hot take? Like, it has to be about the Buckeyes, or just a sports hot take?
We just kind of spilled into
Yeah,
that a little bit longer than
college football.
expected. But go
College
ahead,
football
somebody go
hot
with your
take.
next.
College football hot take. Penn State doesn't make the playoffs.
Oh, oh,
yeah,
oh, no.
I hate Aller. I just
Oh,
think that they're overrated as hell. You got a quarterback that didn't complete a pass to a wide receiver in a playoff game. You lost your 3 best defensive players. I mean, I'm sure that LeVar Arrington Jr. is going to be elite, but that's a huge downplay from I'm having a
Abdul
moment on
Carter.
his name. Uh,
Abdul
Damn it.
Carter.
Abdul Carter. There we go. I
Mm-hmm.
kept wanting to say Will Carter, and I knew it was wrong. I should have just said Carter. But I mean, yeah, I just think that they're missing. I mean, they got the 2 best running backs combination probably in college football, if we're being honest. So, I mean, they're probably going to run the ball a lot. So maybe not. I'm just making a hot take because I'm a hater, and my other rival's not worth hating on. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. That's a good take, though. I like that one. Go ahead,
What's
Jay.
yours, Jay Crush?
well, shit. I'm trying to choose. I wrote too many down. Um,
Fuck it, give us
I'm
both
gonna go with this.
of them.
I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go with this one for all the fun. By week 3, Julian Sanders will have all y'all, Cam, Matt in particular, saying JS10 is a way better thrower than Miss Helen by
Oh
week
Lord.
3.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
hey, I'm just going to tell you
I like
this.
that one. I like that
No,
one.
here we go.
I
You
like
ready?
that one.
This is what I feel about
I
that.
like
You
that
want to
one.
know? This is how I feel about that. You ready?
Ah!
Man, is that motherfucker back in. Because he got to get that Buckeye hater of the week, man.
Motherfucker. Make sure you clip that just like that. Make sure you clip it just like that.
It's documented,
Y'all crazy.
man. I like that. What's the second one? Go ahead and give us the second one, man.
Yeah, because the first one was bullshit.
Oh, stop it. That's why you're saying that. All right, 2 out of 4. Texas and Ohio State played the first game of the year and the last game of the year.
Ew, that one's fire, brother. I fuck with that one, bro.
Absolutely.
Listen, hold on. And
Lord.
I'm going to tell you why I don't fuck with your first one. Can I tell you why I don't fuck with your first one?
I like that one.
Because
Too
I'd
much.
say his throwing form and his accuracy was already better in the spring game. So why is that a hot take? It's a real statement.
Well, you're going to be like, yeah, this is way better than Will Howard, and it's going to come from your mouth and Cam. That was the hot take. Like it's
right.
that way.
Hey, from what these analysts say, everybody say he throw the ball better than Will right now. I ain't gonna lie. That's what people
That's
say
what I'm
already.
saying.
I
Like, they
mean,
comparing him to
I ain't
Justin
gonna lie.
Fields. Like,
My hot take. Here's my hot take. The way the
you
ball
got a
comes out
third
of
one?
and I was an Aaron Nolan fan, right? And switched and fully switched. The way it comes out of his hands is quick and it's kind of it's not how you would teach somebody how to throw, but it's quick and it's accurate. It's Steph Curry, bro. The way he throws that thing around is Steph Curry. The way it comes out of his hands.
I agree. I agree.
I like that. I swear, it's like very quick, just almost like you don't see it, and it's just fluent and effortless.
Mm-hmm.
So Ray Allen play and you watch Steph Curry play. Who's going? You know Steph Curry's a better shooter or whatever, but when you're teaching forward on shooting, you teaching Ray Allen or you teaching Steph Curry?
Ray Allen.
Teaching Ray Allen all day.
Yeah.
That's the same. Keynote is
Okay.
good,
Go ahead, Cam. You got one or no?
but it's the same thing. All right, there we go. All right, I gave y'all a bunch. Let's go. I gotta say
Yeah,
something
nah,
for something.
Cam, what's yours?
You up, Cam? You got one
Oh,
or
you
no?
muted.
All right. My hot take, man. Hot bold take. I'm gonna say bold take. Bold take. My bold take. I know they're gonna. I know that I'm gonna get killed for this on them because I know I'm gonna clip this up, and I know they're gonna be on my neck about this because they gonna be like, Cam, you a hater. I got Michigan this year. Like, I was right about them last year on what they was gonna do last year, as far as 7-5, and they was that. You know what I'm saying? They went 8-5 because they won the bowl game. You know, it is what it is. But this year, I'm seeing the same, man. They're gonna be 5-loss, 6-loss ball club, man. I ain't confident in them boys. Them boys gonna be ass again. Where Bryce Underwood
And
with
I'm
the
gonna
keys
say
of the
that we got
offense?
the same thing as that dude that was talking shit. We got no apologies on that. Y'all finna be ass again.
No apologies. I
For
love it.
real. I
I
just
don't hate
don't. I
it.
mean,
Hey,
they
and
got
listen,
them like they got them the fourth team with the most returning players in the Big Ten. So that's kind of why they high in that
I
far as
think
the
yours was the
preseason
least
ranking.
wildest take of the three of ours, if I'm being honest. Not that I think that Jay Crutches is wild, because I think it's possible, but it's like the most intense to see happening, like them playing the first and the last game. That's, you know what I'm saying? My take, Penn State's probably going to make the playoffs. They don't have a hard schedule. They have an amazing defense and the two best running backs in college football returning their quarterback, even though I think he sucks. Whatever.
That was ass.
I also I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit stoned and forget what TB's hot take even was.
Talking about the
So
quarterbacks going into week one.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's not gonna
Hey,
fucking
now
happen. So his is wrong.
see now, now this is
Yours
my
is the
thing.
most
All right, hold
logical.
on,
That's not the quarterback.
hold on. So something about that though. Say this. Say this was just hypothetically. Say JS10, he go into the Texas game, first couple of
Not
drives,
look good.
no, don't look good. Do you think to pull the plug and bring in Lincoln then?
No, not
Do you
till
think?
after the
I don't
half.
think you do it that quickly
Not till after the
because that
half.
ruins him for the whole season. It's
Like
done.
what's the
If you
case
do it
scenario?
then, it's
What's the
over.
case scenario that you pull JS10
Halftime.
in game one versus Texas
Halftime.
if he looking bad, you put Lincoln in.
Sometime
You
in the
don't.
third quarter or halftime.
Unless
The
he
only
throws
time.
5 interceptions in the first quarter, you don't
If
pull him.
if you
Yeah,
start
and I don't
JS10, he
think I
plays
don't
the
think
half.
that's in Ryan Day's character.
That's
Injury or
Right.
5 interceptions in the first half, or you don't sit him at all.
right.
It's the first game of the season. It's the 12-team playoffs. That first game isn't you. I
Bro,
think you're damaging him more by pulling him in that game than you are letting him lose that game. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
my opinion.
Hold on.
I,
Hold on. But
let
but
him
this is
see that.
but this is Ohio State. This is standard. If you're not playing up to that standard, like Cam said, if we don't trust you, you're not seeing the field. If he's not making the right reads, if he's not doing what they was taught in the week leading up to it, then hey man, hard decisions got to be made. You know that's just it. So if he's thinking
we're
up,
talking a
he's
whole
got to
lot of
go.
what ifs and a whole lot of what ifs that I don't think are finna happen. I
No,
think we
so no,
finna
this
bust
all right.
their
This
ass and show 'em.
hypothetically, say we like in the first half, and JS10 throws like 2 picks in the first half, like one
I,
pick six. Like, do
you
you
know,
pull? Do you bring Lincoln
Dep-
in?
Is it
In the
no,
Depends on what the
in
what is
score
the
the
is.
score? Is
in
it
the
20 to
say,
nothing? Is it
yeah,
10 to
I was about to
7?
add that too. I want to add that too. Say we down 2-3 scores, and no, our offense isn't moving the ball. We ain't getting no juice. We just settling on field goals.
You
oh,
probably at least have to try it, I guess.
the the whole year from the last 3 weeks or however long till the season starts to know. So you go with your gut. It's saying you go and saying he throws 2 picks in the first half. You let him play it out. He throws 2 more picks in the third quarter. You don't play it out.
You
Do
don't
the
Right, I
next week.
agree.
you don't keep
Play
him in
King.
there if he's keep making mistakes. We just don't do that.
Time you practice, it's QB1 King home. And then you see what Saying does in the start of the next game. And then he has a short leash. He doesn't have a short leash in game one. Game one is what? Game one, he's not going to struggle
It's
in game one.
Texas, bro. He can
Game two,
struggle. It's Texas.
not
It's a big game.
play.
Look, listen. Honestly,
The team's about to
game one
play.
for Julian saying and Lincoln Kane is the biggest game of their career, and this is game one. It's the biggest game
Yes.
No
these kids has ever played. Is game one, and
I
it's
career
bro,
with
I just want to say this, like, and I'm gonna sound like a hater to like all y'all, cause y'all a little older than me. Y'all gotta get with the times, bro. Week one don't fucking matter, bro. Week one don't fucking
no.
matter,
Listen to me.
bro.
That's not no Ty TT. That's not, I'm not.
God
I
damn,
wasn't.
at this
Hold on.
point,
Listen.
week 12
Listen.
don't
I wasn't
matter.
looking at it from that perspective, bro. I'm not looking at it from that
Hold
perspective.
on.
Listen. If we was playing Western Kentucky week one, I never would have said that. But we're on a big stage playing Texas, one of
I
the top head
respect that.
coaches.
I feel your point. I feel what you're
That's what I'm
trying to
saying.
say.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the
what
biggest game in their career right now. Not
I'm on
because it's
Jay Crutch's side. I don't think he has a. If whoever the starter is does not have a leash for game one. They
no.
might have if we lose game one and they come out week two doing the same type of shit, then you pull the plug. If you pull the plug 3 drives into week one, you've ruined him for the whole year. His confidence is done. He'll never play for you the way he did. You got to ride for him week one in the big stage, I think. I respect both sides, but I stand on this side. Guys, I respect both sides fully. I
Mhm.
respect your opinion on that. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, me personally, if I were a coach, I'm a ride with who I pick for the entire first big game.
Okay.
If they fuck it up, hey brother, if you do this again next week against Grambling, bro, you we probably gonna have to let the other guy ride out there for a little bit and see what he's rocking with. But you can't do that in his first ever big game of his
But let's
collegiate career, or you probably
hold on. But let's
you're
be honest
probably
though.
ruining him for the season,
Hold
if
on.
not forever.
But let's be honest though. We're going to
I like this
destroy
conversation.
Grambling. We're going to destroy Grambling. That's not a good outlier to see if he can do it or not. The big games
We're
that we
talking about
play
that.
are going to be against the big teams at the end of the year, and it ain't going to be Grambling. You know what I'm saying?
I
That
just
first game,
I
I ain't
got
gonna
one
lie.
more point to this.
That
My
first
man's
game,
Will
that
Howard
Texas
couldn't get
game
it
is
done against
big.
Oregon week 4. My man's done torched them cats in the playoffs. It don't matter what happened at the beginning of the season. It's what happened in the playoffs
No, I'm talking about the
when we play for
caliber of team,
natties.
T Matt. It's the
I ain't go
caliber of team we're playing. It's the caliber of team that we're
right.
playing.
That's where I was getting to. It's the fact that it's Texas, bro, and this is a team that's hungry to come into our crib and try to beat us.
If
You know
we
what I
ended the
mean?
season,
And because it's one of our three biggest home games. No, one of our three biggest regular season
Hey,
games.
Hmm.
And
when's the last time we lost two
it's to set
back-to-back
the tone
regular?
for the season. Like you got to set the
It
tone. Get
does.
that dub. Set that tone for the season.
Yeah,
Beating
I know
Texas.
it'll
that's a big
be
game.
across 2 seasons, but when's the last time we lost two regular season games with the shoe back-to-back? I wonder when that was. If we were to lose to Texas, we'd
I
lost
don't
two
even
regular
remember
season
that.
games in a row at home because we ended with Michigan in a loss. So the next
Luke
regular season
Fickle.
home
Well,
game is
Luke Fickle's
Texas.
here.
Right, right.
Luke Fickle's here.
I don't. That was what I was thinking, which is 2011. But I don't know if there was any games that he lost that were back-to-back at home. You get what I'm saying? I'm asking specifically that. I know we lost back-to-back games then. I just don't know when we lost where. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
my guess.
No,
I'm
yeah,
just guessing. We
I
can look it
agree
up.
with the guess, bro.
Yeah.
I fully
You you
agree.
you you know what the Texas game kind of remind me. Even though this game wasn't the first game of our season that year when C.J. Stroud that first year he started,
Hmm.
and when we played Oregon. And like that game, Ohio State fans was like pissed. They did not like CJ Stroud that game. You know what I mean? Like they felt like he had a bad game because
Hey, bro,
he turned the ball over and
I wish
stuff.
I could have
You know
heard
what I
Crutch
mean?
talk about CJ Stroud after that game.
They,
I wish I could have heard you two talk about this man, bro. I think
but
that all the
they
time.
Ohio
I think
State
about
fans,
moments in
I just
Buckeye
I
history all the
That's a
remember
time.
great
I
point, T
literally
Mac.
remember that day like vividly, bro. Ohio
That's
State
a
fans
great
was
point, T Mac.
vivid of CJ Stroud around that time. And then he came out and balled out the rest of the year, you know what I mean?
Hey,
And
Hmm.
they
do
fell
y'all,
in love with him.
I
Because I'm
got a
gonna tell
real
you one
question, a
thing. To be
quick
honest,
Buckeye
I
Steppers
wasn't a CJ
question.
Stroud
This
fan after
isn't.
that game.
Do y'all ever sit and think about moments in Buckeye history now that we've been doing this for so long and just be like, I wish I could know what TV was saying about these motherfuckers at this exact moment. I wish I could hear Jay
Bro,
Critch talk about this quarterback after
you,
this game and then be able to fast forward to how we talk about him now with arguments. Oh boy, I'd be on your ass if I could have heard you back then. I'd be, I'd be on bullshit, I'm telling you.
the funniest thing about that, bro, is I've watched all three of y'all over the past few years as far as like the bug eyes, like you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, as far as like
I'm
that's kind
always
of
a
how
homer. Say I'm lying.
that's how we kind of came apart because it came together on it for real because it's like all four of us, we very passionate about Buckeye ball. So I watch y'all takes throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? As far as Buckeye, and it's still the same exact way. Everybody got their own specific takes.
I
You know
really
what I'm
just
saying
wish
on
that
the
I could have seen
Buckeye.
him that year
But
when I remember.
it's so funny to watch it though, like how like bro, because I was sitting there thinking the other day other day to myself, I'm like, man, dang, like our show done grown so much. It's so crazy. Like we in episode 32 now. It is like
Right.
we went through a whole season where like everything's documented. The natty, all of that. Everything's documented. You know what I'm saying? Now we going into a whole season, an old season, a full season, and like it's just
And I
getting
love
better and
how we're
better,
handling
bro.
the
Like
off
it's
season
just
too, bro.
crazy.
We're handling it so dope,
Cause
bro.
because right now it's
I agree.
dry. But we come up with content to talk about every week though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
All right,
Every week.
it's getting late. Let's do this
So
Buckeye hater of the week.
go ahead and bring out the Buckeye hater of the week.
Go.
I'm a mess up his name on TikTok is
It's,
Ala friggin' Bama. That's the
yeah, that's
most
his day.
southern lame ass name a TikTok name could ever be. But you the Buckeye hater of the week. And I'm gonna say, like, no disrespect to Ryan Williams because you're a baller too. But like, bro, you disappeared after you did that to Georgia. Respectfully, respectfully,
Aside.
where was your team at in the playoffs?
Right.
Res- What'd you do against Michigan?
Right.
Respectfully, no disrespect to you. Your man's put you in this position. Your fan put you in this position. Don't disrespect him. And I'm not acting. I am a homer. So like, bias me. Jeremiah Smith, the best receiver in all of football, in my opinion, outside of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and I mean all of football. I'll say that over and over. But to even try to compare the two, it's I just don't think it's a fair comparison. And I got one more statement since y'all always hating on my guy on my team. You two that are in here, I'm gonna use this take to defend us against Ala friggin' Bama. Your receiver didn't even do better than mine with a quarterback that got drafted way sooner than mine. So let's just keep it a buck. You had Jalen Milroe. He like the 79th pick in the draft.
Jay Crunch face.
Oh, how do I go with this? I gotta have Jeff Milrow.
I've been waiting all week for that line, bro. I've been waiting all week for that fucking line. I swear
I
to
can
God,
see
I
him.
have.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Of course. No more.
Ooh wee.
That's funny.
There's no way Milrow would have won for us this year. So that's shout out to Will Hire. And I love you
So are
because
you
you brought.
basically saying that maybe draft status doesn't per se define who's the better quarterback?
Was the bet about who was the better quarterback, or was the bet was who got drafted? I'm just
I
trying to.
tried, bruh. I love that you was ready to defend it still. I tried hard.
Jay Crunch is,
Hey,
hey, he too
just know
fucking
that I
strategic
lived
with
my
this
whole
shit.
last week
Jay Crunch,
plotting,
Jay Crunch
plotting,
is, hey, one
plotting
thing
this
I
moment
know,
on you,
one
bro.
thing,
I've spent
if
the
you,
last week plotting this moment on you, bro. Ever
literally,
since I seen
and
that
Jay Crunch
status, I've
had a
had this
plan
plan.
B before the whole time, bro. This motherfucking Jay Crunch is sneaky as hell on the debate and shit, dog. He is so sneaky, bro. I be peeping this shit. I be like, this motherfucker's sneaky, man.
Yeah. I'm just saying that does the best quarterback determine their draft position probably fits even more for your second favorite quarterback than me trying to defend mine. So you probably
That
should
was a good
just let my
question, though.
statement ride instead of defending it because Shador definitely wasn't no fifth round quarterback. That's for fucking sure. Will Howard might have been a sixth round quarterback. I'm not going to try to defend against that. He still won a natty though. He still got a motherfucking ring on that fucking finger though. I'm just saying.
The ring don't fit. I'll be pointing to the ring finger. It don't fit
I'm
though.
just
Like
saying, bro. Our last Heisman winner got drafted in the sixth round as too. So like,
Now, to your Buckeye hater of the week point though, with Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith, I done already done cooked up that, you know what I'm saying, before, like, bro, Ryan Williams, great player. Don't get it twisted. Like, I think he's amazing. Definitely gonna be a first round wide receiver when he come out the draft next
he
year,
reminded me a
along with
lot of
JJ.
Devontae
But he
Smith.
ain't fucking with JJ, man. JJ is him, man. He one of
The
them. Like, you
size
know what I'm saying?
difference is unreal.
Like, it's a reason why they're already talking about this man JJ being 100 overall on the NCAA 26 game. You know what I mean?
100.
I want to
100.
know what Ryan Williams is because I want people to know that like
Yeah.
making this
Hey, and
statement is crazy.
by the
100.
way, Jay Crutch, how you feel about that 100 with JJ?
I love it. I think Caleb Downs should have 100 too. I think they both are by far and away the best two players in college football this year. Like I mean, I don't see anybody else having,
Caleb Downs not 100 because of his speed.
and it's
Who,
offenses.
JJ?
Caleb Downs.
Caleb
Both
Downs?
both
I'm
of
just I'm just
them.
saying he's not 100 on a game because of his
Hold
speed.
on. What? Hey, do we know what y'all think Caleb Downs' 40 time is?
4-4, 4
4 4?
4
Yeah, 4 4 guy. He gotta be at least 4 4 at the least.
four
I wouldn't
four
be
five.
surprised if he a late 4 3 guy with like 4 3 9, 4 3 8. I wouldn't be surprised if it's that.
I don't think he's a 4-4 guy.
That's worst time. He's 4-4 for sure.
I don't think he's
But
a 4-4 guy.
not what makes him the best safety in football.
Hey,
And
I've never seen this answer when I googled somebody before. It says Caleb Downs' 40-yard dash time is not currently public available. I
Wow.
swear to God. If you look here at NFL drafts, it says that he is suspected to run a 4.45.
Dang. On the
Steve,
game, bro. He's giving up some deep balls on the game for me.
Fuck
Pause.
that. That game has some weird quirks to it. Let's not compare the game to what our elite safety is. But
That's
I would
true.
just say that he looked faster than 4.45 to me when he was returning that punt against Indiana. I'm just saying.
To the house. To the
And
house.
still shout out to Ted Ginn for calling that day. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy.
Facts.
There hadn't been a
He
punt
called that on
return
the
in like
money,
fucking
bro.
12 years, and he was like, it will happen today. And like 20 minutes later, it happened today. That was crazy. Also, shout out to my work for the Farva look. We all did it. It was supposed to be funny. We made fun of our boss for looking like Farva. So the Farva mustache, that's the point behind it. Shout out to, we can all go to shenanigans later if you would like to.
Yeah, man. Rob Williams is not better than JJ at all, man. They ain't even like I can see the comparison because they both was the best two wide receivers freshman wise last year. But bro, the gap, like JJ didn't like spreaded that gap pause. No diddy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He, you know what I'm saying? That it's not a close gap between them two far as
What
where
did you
they at
do
right now
against
college football.
Vanderbilt? What did you do against Vanderbilt? Do you know what Jeremiah Smith would do to a Vanderbilt defense?
It's
What did you?
AJ versus Smith,
Yo,
bro.
Vanderbilt played hard that game though, bro. I mean, I
I
watched
know,
the
bro. I'm just saying bullshit. Ryan Williams is a great player, bro. I wish they wouldn't compare them.
Great player, but
Hey, I just
JJ,
also
nah.
want to say one more thing before I get off here because you said 4.45 is slow for Caleb Downs. He plays strong safety, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that we're coming from a time when the starting strong safety for the Dallas Cowboys almost ran a 5-second 40?
dude, Dan Sharper.
No.
What Cowboys
Roy
defense?
Roy Williams ran a 4.9 140 when he was playing for the Cowboys.
Kyle
I
Bro,
swear
was
to
he
Hamilton.
God,
strong
bro,
safety?
I
he was
believe
known as
that
the
though.
slowest
I
safety
believe
in
that.
NFL
Roy
history.
Williams was slow as dirt in the NFL, dog.
He just hit hard. He just
He
hit
was just,
hard,
but
bro. I'm telling you,
he
he was
came
slow
from
as
like
fuck.
that was that NFL time where it was the big safeties that were they was run stoppers majority. They wasn't
Yeah.
big coverage guys until Ed Reed and
I
Paulo
gotta I
Malu they
gotta
came in
Google
the
it because
game.
I might be talking crazy. I'm not gonna look stupid or like a liar.
That's why I think Lathan Ransom reminds me a lot of Big Bob Sanders.
Ugh.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey man, and
yeah,
I
I like
love
that
Bob
comparison.
Sanders, but I saw a post. Do y'all think that Bob Sanders was that elite, bro? Like better than some of these big name players? Like I'll send y'all the video. I think I might have
I
seen it.
think bro,
I
I
think
was
I
a
might have
big
seen
fan
the
of
video,
Bob
but they
Sanders.
had him like
Bob
over
Sanders was
people
that guy
like
back
big
then.
names.
yeah, he about like a 2-3 year run for sure,
Yeah.
where he was top.
Big. It was a big 3 year run, but it was only 2 or 3 years. Then he got hurt, and then he was never the same.
Just like Elvis Dumerville. He had a good three,
No,
4 year run.
because when he got he rejuvenized over here in Baltimore. You can't say Doom, but I remember him, and I know what you're talking about. He came
Yeah, I
to
mean
Baltimore and made the pro.
he yeah, I mean he fell off before. I mean he stepped it up out of
Hey,
Baltimore. I'll give you that, but
let me
he
let
kind
me
of fell
let me
off before
always call
Baltimore.
myself out for being wrong. He ran a 4.63. That's still slow as fuck.
And
All right, man.
He's dude.
You know, I
time is
always call myself out.
All right, man. This has been a great one, fellas, man. This was a
Yeah, good
good one,
show.
man. You already know, fellas, we be back at it Wednesday. You already know Buckeye Steppas episode 32 was amazing tonight, man, for sure. Another banger. You know what I mean? You already know we got the guys, Caden, Jason White. Oh, I forgot to mention, we just signed that kicker from Ball State too, man. We ain't get to talk about that. But
Yeah, we'll talk
kicker from
about him
Ball
next week.
State, yeah, we'll talk about that next Wednesday for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
Buckeye
tomorrow.
Steppers, you already know every Wednesday we live and
No,
direct, man. You already
check
know,
us at
tap
8
in with us.
o'clock.
The sub up, the CamJNetwork, all Buckeye Steppers podcast content on the channel. Salute, OH.
Hey, oh.
Oh,